များကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One expert မှာထိတ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 Hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Hunton Lanza အကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှု Mossy အကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစီ One expert ကစားသူများ One expert တသိရင် pick ပဲကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝေများကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One expert မှာထိတ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 Hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Hunton Lanza အကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှု Mossy အကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစီ One expert ကစားသူများ One expert တသိရင် pick ပဲကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝေများကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One expert မှာထိတ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 Hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Hunton Lanza အကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှု Mossy အကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစီ One expert
that is very annoying, split pushing, and this is the hero that can actually kill it with laser because it's on such a low cooldown that you can actually use it multiple times, and this is something that they definitely theory crafted how to deal with these annoying heroes because they are probably the most annoying team to play against in terms of when they don't want to
Radiant team pick. Dire team ban.
Pudge.
哎呀，不差 first bit，吼，不差 first bit
5
long
seconds remaining.
希望 hero 呢個。ဆက်သွားပြန်ပြီဟီရိုပေကိုအပြင်သွားကြည့်မယ်အဲမှာခဏထွက်နေမှာလားမသိ
want to take the fight, they're not going to be taking the fight
and sleep him. So I wonder if they're going to try to do that. But the downside is Bane is not as good against the Clockwork in the mid game. He's only good at stopping.
ကလော့တွေရောဘတ်ချာတွေရောမီလီတွေရွေးပစ်နေတယ်
Well, you can't SD either because it's the cogs that aggro the creeps, right?
I mean, you have to wait for him to come, and before he does it, you have to sleep or disrupt.
That's the problem. Is where he does it is literally at the tier 1. He walks into tier 1 range and aggroes from like far away. It's like there's a very small window where you can stop him from doing this.
I would love to see some position 4/5 that is going to give them something to get out of the cogs. Snapfire is still available, so you can push him out of the cogs. Also potentially good against hook, good against dismember, so you're not taking the rot damage as well.
Yeah, are there any other supports that sort of do that? I do want to go back to the clock a little bit while we're thinking about that, because for me, I'm looking at the Parivision bans. It's this Enigma and Like It. And so then I had a question mark, is the Pudge potentially going somewhere else? Why are they so focused on taking out those two heroes? Is it a lead-up protection to what they want? Or were they actually looking at this Pudge not necessarily having to be an offlane?
I think if these two are supports, Clockwork and Pudge, it's just not gonna work out. Like
I guess mid Pudge is the idea. Like
potentially, but I think they're just gonna keep things.
I mean, they must know something that we don't, you know.
Yeah.
But
based
that's
on
what
the
I'm
bans.
wondering. Like, we see it from Heroic very straightforward, just offlane, but Parivision aren't necessarily showing that same sort of line of thinking. But either way, the snap does come out as well. Exactly what you're looking for, Lacoste. Just something to help with those cogs.
Yeah, it also gives you good amount of damage. It gives you overwhelming team fight. Beastmaster.
People MK patch.
You can pretty much kill any hero on the map.
It's-
Oh, eh, ဒီကောင်နေ
Our ulti Monkey King bound.
မီးဖို့ဆော့ရ
Don't
နော်
forget
ယူမာဟုတ်တယ်မလား
crossfire
မီးဖို့
spam,
တစ်ခွက်ရှိ
go
တ
into
ယ်
the lane, and you learn your shredder
မီးဖို့
and
တစ်
kill
ခွက်
cogs.
Yeah,
So that is
also
like
do that.
very annoying for the clockwork in the game.
အဲဒီကောင်နေမီးဖို့
a very low armor.
ပစ်ချင်တင်ကာတော့အစောကြီးဘန်းမှရအောင်အခုလိုမျိုးတင်ကာအစောကြီးဘန်းထားတယ်ဒီကောင်နေ
Pretty good.
PV ကတင်ကာ carry ဆော့တာကျန်းတယ်
I've seen the Blightstone build.
မီးဖို့မနိုင်ဘူးတင်ကာကို
Good. I feel like Little Shredder already does what you need it to do. I mean, the weird thing here though is like Pudge Clock is not going to be laning. That's why I'm not a huge fan of like the Monkey Kings and Undyings, these heroes that normally counter the melee offlaners. There will be two lanes. There will be Clockwork cutting one wave and then Pudge playing on the other wave. And both heroes will be farming just fine. You will 50-50 this lane always. That's why Heroic plays this strategy. So I'm curious to see what Parivision does. Like, I think that idea of like hard countering it with the Bane makes sense, or bringing a position forward that can help.
Crystal Maiden, that's another uncontested hero so far at TI getting picked up here.
It's for the Pudge.
Oh,
Frost-
and
Frostbite.
Crystal Maiden.
I think it's a carry.
It's a
Pudge.
carry Pudge.
Frostbite.
Wow.
Also, the Flesh Heap plus the Crystal Maiden facet
Barrier.
allows you
Yeah.
to be extremely tanky. Do not mess with this. Like, this is super
Really?
insane if you want to turn the fight around with the stick, with the barrier, with the Flesh Heap as well. You feel like you're going to kill them, and then they just stop taking the
There's also another thing good about CM. She's one of the better supports at dealing with the Helm creep because you have Frostbite and you can kind of kill it.
It's
in
the
a way.
one thing that still works against the creep.
If you're laning against a Beastmaster and
I
someone
mean, you
that
still
builds
kill the
Helm Dome,
boss.
but
You
what's
still
the,
kill the boss before he gets Helm.
right? Then, but what's the skill build then
Most
for
of
her in lane?
most of the time, I think you would get your Frostbite max because you want the cast range and
Okay.
everything else you have. I think the cooldown, the lockdown as well, because it's easier for Pudge to follow up if you have a higher point in cast Frostbite.
Yep.
Pudge CM is just one of the most classic
It's
lanes.
crazy lane. You just die at level 1 if you're not careful, you know.
Yeah.
Frostbite into hook, you die.
I love Pudge.
ပွဲကုံ
in
ပြ
the
မလား
safe
ပွဲ
lane
ကုံ
and
မ
I
ပြ
play
ပါ
5
ဘူး
at Grief
ပွဲကုံ
games.
ဘယ်တော့မှပြလို့လဲ
The
ပွဲကုံ
tree
ဘယ်တော့မှ
spots
ပြ
that
လို့
you
လဲ
can now hook into, you need
ပြလည်းမပြ
like
နိုင်
2
ဘူး
trees to
လို့
Quelling Blade to
Yeah,
get out. Otherwise, you run through the tower.
ပွဲကုံပြနိုင်တဲ့လူတွေစီမှာပဲကြည့်ကြပါလို့ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
This is one of his worst matchups, you know. Lifestealer against Pudge. You can't really fight him because he does more damage because you have a lot of HP. I mean, the only good thing about it is you can bite him during his rage, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Lifestealer
piercing
ပြီးပါ
tools
ပြီ
against the
Game one
Lifestealer,
draft က
but
PV
overall
ကအသာ
good
ကြီး
matchup. What
Yeah.
Pudge core doesn't like
နောက်ဆုံး
playing
ပစ်က
into
ဘာလာမလဲ
is
တော့မသိ
stacking
သေးဘူး
damage, playing into
နောက်ဆုံးပစ်မှာ
Ursa,
မီး
playing
ပို့
into Viper, playing into Lifestealer, these type of heroes
မလွယ်
that
ဘူး
can
လား
actually man fight him. And you're also going to be fighting into Monkey King, whether
Yeah.
this monkey is going to be played from the position 4 or the mid roll. It's still going to be building into the Fusel Blade because we've seen 9 class go for Helm of the Dominator, go for the Fusel Blade, and this is something that Pudge doesn't like to be playing into. If he has no mana, you're basically just
You're also getting
Just.
ganked
People ban
by
Wabi.
Glowstorm.
Yes.
He's
People ban
coming
Wabi
with
though,
the
Miyato.
creep. He is the creep, and you're gonna be able to kick the enemy.
ဒီတန်းနေ
very
first ever
powerfully.
TI
I think
နဲ့
the Nipo ban is very smart, by the way. You do not want to get obsessed
Two
with this
men of you
idea that it has to be
TI
CM
UNU
personally
ama,
just because it's a
Right,
classic lane. Because you can still
Pure me
rotate
out.
CM through the portal and play with the Pudge. Like, for the game, and for the early game especially, it's still very good. And this would be a phenomenal Meepo game.
Yeah, but if you do that, right, I feel like it's not easy to kick the lifesteal. Let's say lifesteal is already level 6. Like, it's not that straightforward for you to kill.
I think you would just play as like the trio, and then Puck connects, and you're never going to kick the Lifestealer out, right? But I literally saw them do Clock Pudge against Lifestealer Undying, which is a like harder lane than this, and they did fine because he's just farming on Pudge.
I mean, so would you say like the gate wards are going to be very important if they're going to play like this? You have to place wards to see those moves coming.
Definitely,
Which can be very
Yep.
game changing.
Or jungle wards if the trio is like moving between the one side lane and the mid lane.
I like this ban a lot from Heroic removing Void Spirit. Even though they have a good amount of lockdown, you have CM's Frostbite. This hero has a good matchup against Puck in the mid lane. The other one I'm looking for is potentially Ember Spirit because you can build into Mage Slayer. Blade Mail is not as good as it was, so we're seeing them going back potentially for some Spirit Vessel if it's a good game for
duration
Mage
over.
Slayer as well.
Yeah,
And
long
so
may be
far I've
take
seen Heroic having all magic damage, even though Pudge, if it's going to be core with the Rotten Core,
ဒေါမနီတာရဲ့လောင်းမှာဒီဘက်ချာကြီးကအခုကြည့်ရတာ offlane ဒေါမနီတာကြီးနဲ့
And by
ဖြစ်
the
သွား
way,
မလား
good shout on the
Yeah,
voice
we
speed
don't
ban. That
have
also
to
means
know,
that they think
Huh?
that it could be a monkey
I was
support.
gonna say, like, could you not
That's
still
how
use
offlane
that monkey
Dominator.
into-
And it is a 9-class specialty hero from back in the day. I don't think it's as good because the Simeon
Carry
Stride,
the
you need to
Asalo
level
ကောင်ထွက်လာရင်
jump
hero
up
က
to level
chance
5
ရှိရနော်
before you're getting the instant jumps. It's a lot
PV နေနဲ့
worse,
အခု
but
Asa ဘန်းရင်ဘန်းမဘန်းရ
that sort of thing.
Thing is, they're gonna have to
ထွက်လာ
reveal
နိုင်
it,
ဖို့
right? They're not
အ
gonna
များ
be
ဆုံး
able to have
chance
that
ရှိတာ
flex. Is it a
Asa ပဲ
Monkey King mid? Is it a Monkey King 4? Going
အကုန်
into
ရိုက်
this,
သက်
they're
သွား
kinda
မှာ
just gonna have the last pick. And
They're
place
probably
their
ban
odds
သွားတယ်ဟာ
exactly where they think the
Okay.
Pudge is. It's still 2 carries that they're banning out, both Meepo and Terrorblade.
I like
Do
the
you
card.
guys like the Monkey King mid and you pick something like a Rubik for a 9 class to play the lane? Seems like a pretty decent Rubik game.
There's some good spells to steal.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Monkey versus Puck is a classic matchup that I think no one in particular has done.
Nice
really well
dog က
in.
This is good.
Oh
This is something that
Position for Night Stalker?
NA
အဲ့ဆိုရင် Maggie game မြစ်သွားပြီ
got banned
Night
a couple
Stalker
of times
က
against it, I believe. Night Stalker, like
Position
Puck doesn't get to
4
play
Beast
It's a
got
very
off
difficult
lane
matchup for him,
Wow
forcing
You have to buy B.
by either a BKB early on, Force Staff does work, but once you go in, like having a vision game, it also allows you to have Life Stealer being inside of the Night
ဒီက
Stalker.
မှာတဝဲနိုင်
There's a lot
1.7
of
ဆိုပဲ
moves
မ
that
ခ
you
န့်
can
တာ
actually
ဟာ
do with the
အော်ပြီ
Sapphire,
လေ
with the Aghanim Scepter, with
အော်
the
ပြီလေ
Infest, and then just
နေကမှာ
getting
တ
some
ဝဲနိုင်
of the
1.7
heroes. We're gonna save that for the later stages, but I think overall this is a very good Night Stalker pick, even though the hero is not the strongest right now.
Some sort of illusion hero would be so good here. Like if Naga was still like, okay, they go for Ursa.
Well, it makes more sense than why they did ban out that Meepo and that Terrorblade towards the end, wanting to lead into a mid beast and an off lane Night Stalker actually was what it is. So that's the change up that happened. And 9 class is still just going to stick to that Monkey King for himself. And then Yuma having the Ursa last pick.
Yeah, it's a very good carry to carry matchup against the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, and it's also good against the Beast in the lane and in the game. And I feel like overall, I'm not so sure about the Night Stalker. I know the Night Stalker has his play here against with the silence against the.
အာလာပြီ Asa ဒါပဲရှိတာပဲ Asa ကြီးပဲထွက်လာ
Offlane Beastmaster.
အကုန်လုံးဝိုင်းနိုင်တာဒီတစ်ကောင်ပဲကြံတော့
It's a mid beast. Oh, so it's going to be support Monkey King.
Again, we're saying BM, he gets his lane griefed. Monkey King,
Yeah,
a double melee against Ursa and CM just doesn't sound that fun.
It's-
Even though Night
It's
Stalker,
worked before.
it did, but Night Stalker with the Night Rain facet, he does put a lot of pressure, very difficult to catch because of the extra movement speed. Has a lot of regen as well. Want to see the lane shenanigans, I think, in this one. I don't think you can just straight up fight it 1v1.
Yeah, the gate gangs are going to be very crucial to watch. Who can destabilize the lane? I think it's probably more important for Heroic to get
Yeah,
a
I
good
agree.
start and try to snowball with their heroes. Whereas for Parivision, they just want to like get the levels and try to play a slower game. And eventually, they're going to have that overwhelming vision to win the team fights.
Okay, well, it's that offlane Pudge, and I know you love Pudge, Jenkins, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to talk about it on the side of Heroic.
Which set he's going to use, that's what matters on
I can see on my screen here which set he's using.
That's cheating. You can't do that.
It's the best set to use, to
Okay.
be fair. I mean, yeah, I agree with what these gentlemen said, which is I feel like the
အနေတော့ကပြစ်ပြီး
laning
သွားပြီ
phase will definitely
ပြစ်ပြီးသွားပြီတော့အထဲကိုပြန်သွားပြီးဝင်ကြမယ်ဟိုဘ BM mid ဟုတ်လား BM mid လားဟုတ်တယ်ဟာ BM mid ကြီး
Поиграть в доту.
မန်ကီကင်းကအဲ့ဆိုရင်
Prepare for
4
battle.
ဟိုင်းစတော်က off lane
Дайте поиграть в доту.
ပါရီမဲနိုင်မှာနိုင်စော်ကပိုင်ပတ်လုံးမရအောင်ပြီပဲနိုင်သွားဖို့များတယ်
Oh, I feel better. I feel better already.
Darkness hungers. There's no escape.
Тихонечко себя ведем.
။အဲ့လဲဆိုအာဆာနိုင်တာလားတဲ့။နိုင်တာဗော။အေးအန်တာမလားတဲ့။အေးအန်တာတော့မကြိုက်။ဒီရွေးပွဲကြီးကေးအန်တာမကြိုက်။ကဲနောက်ဆုံးတစ်ခေါက်ကွာ။ရရင်တော့ရဟလား။ရရင်အပြင်ထွက်ကြည့်။မင်းယူတာလေဟမ်唉ဒီ DI ဂျာကားနဲ့လည်းထွက်သွားပြီတဲ့ဟုတ်ပဝင်းတာတွေဂျာကားနဲ့ဒီ
You know,
ကုန်
they're
ပါ
going to creep pull, they're going to do some shenanigans, right? But at some point, CM is very good versus most double melee lanes, especially with an Ursa. So
ဒီကောင်လေးဒီလိုတွေအထဲမှာရှောက်လုံနေလို့လားမသိဘူးကွာ
To sort of
ကိုယ်ဝင်ကြည့်လို့မရဘူးတိုးတယ်ဟုတ်ပါပေးဝင်ပါ please ဘာဖတ်ထားလဲ duration over တက်ဖတ်ထားတယ် Twitch နဲ့ YouTube view များဆိုလို့တမင်လောက်ထားတာဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်သိလားဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်စောင်းကြည့်အောင်
take advantage if you get a good.
တော်ပြီမ try တော့15កောက်လောက်ရှိနေ15កောက်လောက်ထိနေဆိုတော့မ try နေတော့ရှေ့မှာကြည်လာတာအကောင်းကြီးဒီနေ့မနေ့
apparently should be good to go pretty soon.
ထွန်ရာဝဲကြည်လာတာတော့နှစ်ပွဲလုံးကောင်း
in the boost, making sure all players are ready to roll.
Something I'm looking forward to is, I mean, we're likely to have some dominators, of course, in this game, at least 2, potentially even 3, because we do know 9 class likes to build it, but Heroic, they don't have a dominator build.
I don't think that, yeah,
they don't need no dominators.
No, so
maybe some of the victories they had, but definitely a lot of the wins that they were getting towards that second half of the road to the international, where they started to hit this win streak. They were just doing it with kind of just raw chaos.
Exactly.
And especially around these two heroes, of course, that they have opened up the draft. So this sort of game one as well, it's going to be very much a test or a showing from them whether other teams and if Parivision down the line in the draft in this series need to make sure that they don't let this kind of pudge clock get through as the first two. If Heroic can get this game one win, they're definitely going to have a lot of implications in how Parivision is going to have to start their draft in game two against them.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that we actually did get, I knew we were going to get it, right? The double coaches down there, they're such good friends. I think this is going to be a really interesting kind of thing that maybe dictates how the rest of the drafts are going to go for this series in particular. Because they might just give them everything. Both sides might just go, you know what? We'll just give you guys what you want, and we'll see what happens. Because the bans, if you saw, were pretty specific. There was a gyrocopter ban in the first phase. You don't see that always. So.
No, absolutely. No, and indeed, as we heard from the coaches, the respect they have, they want to beat what the enemy gets the best at. It's the best in the enemy's hands. So, maybe sort of, just sort of a mutual agreement that kind of played out during that draft as well, in the fact that both teams did get those strong openers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see what we do get going down, but we do have this pause at the moment.
We do. It will be over pretty shortly, and hopefully once the pause is over,
anticipation.
We'll be good to go. Yes,
anticipation for a hook immediately, right? That's what we want. That's what everybody wants. The pudge.
Getting a lot of scribbling on the mini map.
Yeah, they were playing tic-tac-toe. They drew some stars. I don't know.
တိုင်းစီက YouTube ပေးသွားပြီလားမသိဘူး Radiant သွားရင် Quick account ကြီးကိုဝင်ပူးလိုက်ညော်တဲ့ YouTube ပေးပြောမရဘူးဒါပေမဲ့စိတ်တန်းတွေက
hopefully we'll then get the word to get this
ပုံမှန်
underway
ပဲဆော့လောက်ပါတယ်
But one thing for sure,
discipline
I don't think
ဖြစ်တယ်
this
အဲ့
is
က
going to
လေး
be a
လေး
game that's going to have a pretty slow opening 20 minutes. Right?
No, I don't think this series
သိရွာတတဲ့တယ်မပါဘူးလား
These two teams are definitely going to be looking to run at each other. Heroic maybe more so than Parivision, who does like to play, as you mentioned, more about the vision.
တက်စကားနဲ့စနိုက်ပါပဲပြဖို့ကြံတော့တာ
Very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get between Heroic and Parivision.
First blood.
Action.
CK တို့ဘာလို့อ่ะ Waking တို့
Parivision,
ပြွားလို့လား
that lane in particular, right? They don't want Schofield to do his little put a sentry to make
Waking တို့ CK တို့အများကြီးကြံပါသေးတယ်ပြရမယ်ကောင်းတယ်
They're trying to protect their jungle as much as
Visage
possible.
လည်းမတွေ့သေးဘူး Lishkin အများကြီးပါ
They will back away.
PI မှာ hero ဘယ်လောက်စုံတယ်ပြောကြံခဲ့တဲ့ကောင်တွေရောများပါတယ်
Parivision holding back.
Korean ဆိုရင်ဘယ်ရောက်နေမှန်းတော့မသိ
Still difficult really for them to approach and try and make a play into this. So yeah, purely defensive. So making sure they don't get tripped up by Heroic as the lanes do set up.
See, if Heroic wants to stick a third hero just for the start of the lane, since they do have that CM Pudge combo, they could trip them up to potentially go for that quick early first blood.
That's true. Yeah,
there's definitely a chance.
Play could be pretty tasty and a very good thing to go for, especially here on the main stage. Now, if you could start to shake up the enemy early, you could start to tilt them a little bit.
Yeah, look, let's see the positioning. Schofield, he's doing what he does. He's going to immediately run in, put the cogs down, or just body block the wave until the cogs get closer.
တခြား off lane dominator ဟိုမှာ nice တော့က off lane လဲ dominator မဟုတ်ဘူးရောတခြား dominator မပါဘူး dominator သွားဖို့ plan မရှိဘူး
Yeah, let's see if Satanic's ready for this. Heroic getting ready just in case Satanic steps out a little too far. They're going to go for the hook. They're going to be able to grab him away from the creep wave.
Hey.
Caught in the cogs. They'll have to
Everyone
steal
you
the
are.
long range to back up. So no kill to be found, but a decent bit of damage there from that early setup and an early aggressive poke from Heroic, showing that Satanic's got to be on his toes.
And then we do see Dakalis does what we were mentioning, right? What the panel was talking about as well, too. Get that little shredder early so you can either kill the cogs or just be able to harass a hero like Pudge, who's 2 armor, super low arm in this hero. So we'll be able to attempt to counteract these moves.
Now let's see how well he does. Because I feel like even in some of the lanes where you expect Whisper's Pudge to get punished, he ends up coming out insanely far.
He does.
So very, very comfortable on this hero in this position.
Yeah, and let's see how many, I'm going to keep watching how many cogs they do kill, because, yeah, Schofield, he's going to be doing his annoyance in this lane. But overall, I would say Satanic, yeah, on paper, right, Satanic should have a pretty free time up here, unless some crazy stuff happens from Schofield and Whisper. And looking at the other lanes in particular, it's similar, right? Parivision does have very strong setup for the lanes. The mid Beastmaster versus the Puck is very, very strong matchup.
Game 1 ဟုတ်တယ် game 1
can be a bit different, where the
game 1 ဖြစ်ပါတယ်
advantage. So 2 lanes that do look quite strong for the side of Parivision at the start.
I mean, and sort of take advantage to the point where is there kind of sort of a stage in this bottom lane where the Ursa CM can get kills?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime that they do see a misposition, misstep there from DM, they could look for it. Same thing from 9 Class, but 9 Class also can do some pretty annoying stuff, as we've seen from him on this Monkey King, of going through the portal, bringing numbers to an area that is not as expected. So this mid lane, I've seen the Beast most of the time come out ahead, but also these pucks usually don't fall that behind anymore in a lot of these matchups that they used to struggle, like the Earthshaker versus Puck matchup, which used to be a hard one. Now these pucks just do fine because of curveball. So we'll see how no one does in this matchup with Analog.
It definitely feels like a mid matchup where, I mean, probably from both teams, right? The supports, rotations early on could warrant a kill in that mid lane.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if we'll see an early rotation, though, because these side lanes are... They do need their supports to stay there. As we do see early aggression, even from bottom, DM, getting the early point in silence. Maybe they'll be able to play this lane a little better than anticipated, even though it's versus Ursa CM.
CS-wise in the top lane so far, 8-4 on Whisper against Satanic 13-3, so I see the damage. Not too fun for the Pudge here on the levels against these two. Anytime that Schofield steps away.
Yeah, he even went for the chainmail immediately on Whisper, right?
They've got to watch out for this, though. Something about Schofield and sniping the carrier's couriers. It's happened so many times.
We had that one series earlier.
Yeah, he got like the DK's courier like, what, 3 times in a row or something. So Satanic's definitely going to have to be a bit more careful with his courier placement when he gets those, or he's trying to get those items brought out. Because Schofield, he will be on top of the timings. Like, you know for sure, right? He's keeping track of when that courier's respawning, and he's going to be ready to get in position to go for it again.
100%. I mean, that's his best involvement that he can have up here, is really killing the couriers and just disrupting them from killing the Pudge. Because right now you're seeing Whisper, he truly is struggling up here. He even bought the chainmail level 1, or immediately when he had the gold, so that he could try to survive the pressure. But look at it, it's constant.
Yeah,
Wait, man, who? You
saw that anytime the
True.
Definitely wants to have the lane in maybe a better position. They're not so close to that tower, so they can get aggressive.
Down on the bottom side of the map, Yuma so far 20 CS, 18-4 on DM, so being able to match the farm so far.
Ole Parivision နိုင်ပဲထင်တာပဲ Game 1ဆိုလဲ draft က easy ပဲ Asa တကောင်လောက်ပဲနည်းနည်းကြောက်ရမှာကျန်တာ easy ဝိုက်လို့ရ Nice တော့ကပစ်ကြီးကတိတာပါ Nice တော့ကပစ်ကြီးကပတ်လုံးဝလှုပ်မရတော့ဘူး
Absolutely beating the hell out of this. TPs are coming in. He's going pretty deep. No one is very deep. It's taken a lot of tower hits as well. He went for the dive. Is he going to be able to get away? There's going to be the all back up in a couple of seconds.
Baby.
Analog, he's going to have it.
He's got him.
First blood there for Analog as no one gets far too greedy there with that aggressive dive.
He tries to go for the axes, but the shift is back up. He dodges it, and he has more than enough damage, and they lose the courier, too.
That's a big kill to get as well. I mean, up to that point, the mid matchup was pretty close, but now Analog's going to get the chance to get kind of a full creep wave ahead, and having that first blood as well secured on the puck.
Massive. 2 couriers also being killed. Nighttime soon to end also. So DM, the bottom lane, will become much more difficult for him now, as immediately they go aggro on this Night Stalker as the daytime hits.
Oh man,
he will be able to push him back momentarily there with an Ironwood branch placement. So
that was a really nice branch.
Moves there from DM to
Iron branch,
a couple more hits in.
Yeah, the
give him a chance to break away from that blood grenade that was thrown out.
Yuma tried to get that advantage play there, but wasn't able to. And so, I mean, Whisper, he has yet to die top, right? So he is getting something. He is, of course, getting sacrificed a little bit, but if he gets a hook kill, he'll be right back into it, which can absolutely happen at any moment.
See, MBG, smoke the hole, man. Let's see if MBG
though. Definitely giving Schofield the freedom to just kind of get to do Schofield things, moving up and down.
Save got Hey, Rogan, I have sure.
They got him.
No one able to get the kill. Schofield not able to do anything to help out that time. Parivision, they're going to try and chase Schofield a little bit, but I think as we'd learn, right, you got to be careful when you're chasing Schofield. You don't want to waste too much time running down the clockwork.
Never. If it's Schofield, you almost never do. Never want to chase him. Whisper.
Rotation's coming in. Jump forward here from 9 class. Schofield is around.
Oh, not going to Cookie Jandy there.
Cookie connection as well.
Oh, that's right.
Whisper trying to back up.
Wow.
Holds back Satanic.
Wow.
It's going to be fine for now. Analog's TP'd over, does have the Dream Coil available, but they won't even need to stick around because Parivision, they back up, they didn't get the kill. They're not going to try and make any crazy dives top.
Do they stick around for this Shrine of Wisdom? It looks like 9 class wants to.
I mean, the thing is, though, they're going to know the analogs around.
Yeah, I don't know.
In
the area.
Whisper, they got the vision there. I'm going to get the hook straight away. They catch 9 class. Analog jumps in with the burst. 9 class is dead. Another bit of a greedy play there from Pvision, just underestimating the fact that Heroic.
ဒီကောင်လေးအထင်သေးနေရနော်စောပေါက်တွေက
Putting the ward, I guess he was trying to make that sneaky play, but yeah, Analog.
ဒီရိုကိုအထင်သေးရင်အဲ့လို
Analog still has
တပွဲတလေပြန်ရှုံးတော့မှာ
if it does happen. As let's
ထင်
see
ရန်သေးလို့မရဘူး
available too if it does happen. As let's see how I'm just going to keep eyes on DM these next couple minutes, especially for Pvision, since it is this daytime. This is a very crucial point. If he's able to keep the lane in this position, he's going to get a lot. And it does look like this wave is going to stay here, so that's very good for him. Top
Schofield should be fine here. Whispers in with the backup, looking for the angle for the hook. Not going to get it this time.
They're not giving him that chance to get that hook. He has his phase boots finished up, though, so a lot easier for him to survive up here. And as you said, Schofield, it can't open up the map for him. Power rune. Ducalis is setting up.
9 class. It's going to end him with a jump, but now that Yuma's hit the 6, very hard to bully the bear. Unless they catch him in some sort of chain control between like the roar of no one on the Beastmaster if he makes the move down bottom.
Analog gets a haste. This is a big rune. Could potentially
even
save this, when you get this move,
so fan level 8 တောင်ရောက်
early game.
On top lane. A little bit of a
ဟိုဘတ်ချာအေးမှာရောကန်ပြီပြောရင်ဆိုရင်
drops the roar. That's a very dead whisper.
လုံးဝကြီးအရင်ဖတ်နေပါလေ
Satanic.
ဒါတော့တစ်ခေါက်သေးပြီး Fablet ပေးထားပြီလို့ပဲ
They do know
That's
now
how
that
it
no one
should.
has no resources since he did TP top.
I mean, they could try and dive in for DM bottom now.
He has ulti available, though.
He is going to be pretty slippery.
Yeah. DM is getting a lot down here, Owen. This is a big deal. He's level 6 now. He's going to be getting his Dominator pretty soon, too. Even though 9 class has left him for some time, he's getting way too much. And they're not able to bully him because of the positioning of that lane on that Night Stalker. He's just keeping it at his tower, not shoving it in. So that's going to be really important timing for him on this first night.
Gonna have a smoke up. Coming in from the 2 of them, Yuma.
အာဆာဘာ rotation လာတာဟေ့
Play towards the top.
ဟုတ်တယ်ဟာ
This is a clever move. This could catch him off guard.
အဲ့ဒါပြောတာအဲ့ကောင်လေးလှုပ်တယ်လို့လှုပ်တယ်ဆိုတာကေးအန်ဒါမကြိုက်တာအဲ့ဒါလေးဒီကောင်လေးအသေးကေးတဲ့ကောင်လေး
Excellent
ဒီရိုကပြောအဲ့လို early rotation တွေကြည့်လိုက်အောင်အာဆာကြီးကခေါ်လာပြီး white ပါ level key
I love this move too because they had
ရှုပ်
just
လို့မရဘူး
indicated that the
ပြပြန်ဆင်းသွားတယ်
he used his roar, he was leaving
အားရ
the
လေးပဲ
area, so they're like, he's probably not going to stick in the area.
That's smart.
Quick gate move, get this kill. Very, very clever.
တော့ဒီပုံစံတိုင်းလေးထိန်းထားရင်ဒီဘက်မဆို chance နည်းနည်းရှိ
The fact that the Night Stalkers alone still a very tough.
ဇာကုန်လိုက်ပြင်းလို့ရတော့အာဆာနဲ့ ice စီလာအာဆာနဲ့လည်းပူတာ
Literally kept this lane.
ဒီက nice stalker ပဲ nice stalker တပေါက်ကြောင့်သူတို့ပြန်ရှုံးဖို့များတယ်နောက်ပိုင်းကအဲ့တော့
Of course, does open up the opportunity for
Ali
Heroic to
and
make
Pete
this
Hine on
move
the
as
side.
well.
ဟော
Gonna strike back at
Maybe.
Pvision. Whisper to fall. Schofield.
အာလီဖိထားတယ်ပြန်ပါသွားပြီ
So just as quickly as they get the 2 kills top,
Quick
as the
punish.
action continues, Pvision returns to that.
အာလီ
top
မ
lane.
ဖိနိုင်ရင်တော့
Make sure that they
PV ရှင်
don't
ပွဲပါပဲ
secure
ဒီပွဲက
some positive action
မ
for
ဒေါမနီတာ 9 class ကလည်း dominator နဲ့
Seeing these early moves already coming in though. Pre 10 minutes, we've got 8 kills. Heroic looks like Analog will get the benefit of getting this power rune again after getting the haste rune. Another
ပြီးတော့စာမစ်ကဒီကောင်လေး
They're only going to continue
တစ်
right
တာ
now.
တော့မဟုတ်
Frequency that
ဘူး
we're going to be getting them from these
လှည့်
two
လိုက်တာ
minutes.
သိလား
Each time the ultimates are up, and
ဒီဘက် hero တွေပတ်ကို
very shortly is going
တ
to
ခါလေးကောင်တာထောက်ပလိုက်တယ်
involved,
အော်
especially
ပြီးတော့စာပစ်ထားတယ် main ရင်းတွေလည်းပစ်ထားတယ်လုံးဝ
Got the Dominator finish.
အဲ့ဒီအနေထားမှာဒီဘက်က back ထွက်လာတယ်ကွာအဲ့တော့ last pick ကို nice soccer ကြီးပစ်ချပြီးတော့ပြီးမှစာကို miss ရွှေ့လိုက်တာ
It's coming out in the courier.
ပုံမှန်
He's
အဲ့
got
beast က
dark vision
offlane
to
အတွက်ပစ်
use
ထားတာ
to get
ဒီကောင်
involved,
လေး
to get on top of the puck too, even though it is nighttime.
ပစ်ပန်းလှည့်သွားတာဗောနော်
See what the next move is going to be.
လှည့်ပြောင်းလေးတစ်ခွက်
I mean, so far, you know, if you're both of these teams, you know, from Heroic side, who is it that they're most concerned about is getting the space? Because sure, DM's getting a lot down bottom, but, you know, Satanic, he's getting a good chance and a good area at the map, especially with the security of both supports being in the area, to hit probably a pretty solid timing on his Radiance.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're too... Like, you want to obviously think about these things, but I don't know if you're too fussed because you're also getting a lot, right?
Sure.
It's like Whisper's getting shut down, but your Ursa and your Puck are having a phenomenal time right now, so I think at the moment, things are pretty chill for them.
Yeah, we can see the Battle Fury just about a few hundred gold away from coming out to Yuma.
Here comes the smoke. They've got what? Snapfire ult is up, so kisses are at the ready.
There we go.
See if Heroic is ready for this move.
And they do have to be a little bit careful in the sense that Satanic is very close to having enough money for his relic, so if the fight goes wrong, might hurt him a little bit on that timing.
They're bringing the summons, though. They've got the Dominator, they've got the Ancient Black
But
Dragon,
look at this
which comes
position.
in.
You know, Yuma, they've already pulled back right up to the tier 2. So
They seem to know.
This move ain't going to find anything. Might get them the chance to pressure and bring down the tower, but catching Yuma, unlikely.
Yeah, very good awareness coming out from Heroic here to not hemorrhage anything in the mid lane. TP, though, toward mid. Or in the bottom lane. TP toward mid. Ducalis is setting up. They do have that roar available with the kisses. Power rune will be bottom. Illusion rune.
A nice one here for no one if he does get jumped. Gives him an extra chance to slip away. Very close to his Aghanims, just about 1,200 gold off it.
ပြန် slow down သွားပြီ hero တွေက
How's the stacks from both sides? I feel
ပတ်
that's
အား
been
နဲ့နည်းနည်း
fairly
လိုက်ဖိရအောင်မယ်
I
ဟာ
don't know if we did get a counter for
တခြား
that.
ပတ်
but
ကွာ
Maybe a couple more on the
ဩ
side of Heroic is this is
သမုတ်
a
ပြီး
tactic
crease စားတာ
that only
okay
Heroic do because they're the only ones picking Pudge, but we've seen this a couple times now. They do this, smoke a deceit with the Pudge to be able to farm the Ancients freely to get him a better timing. So
That's pretty nice. Yeah,
it'll help his game.
Super safe.
He was struggling, he'll need that. So that will get him toward it. He will have at least one component of the Aghanims, but slowed down a fair bit anyway, still on Whisper. And he doesn't have the luxury. I mean, he has the luxury of being able to hook creeps, of course, and get that extra farm, but he doesn't have the luxury of a Night Stalker with a Dominator who just sends the Dominator creep to do his business.
ဒုတွေ့ရလို့တော့တန်ခမောက်ပဲ
So much throughout this
တန်
tournament.
မခောက်တန်ခမောက်တော့ဘမ်းပါပြီတေးကြတယ်
It's going to start cutting some creep waves, probably.
TIB 1အဲ့တန်ခမောက်ကိုဟိုအဲ့တန်ကြီးကိုဘန်းရင်လည်းဘန်းချတော့မှာဒါမှမဟုတ်လေ
They'll bring Yuma over as well.
hero type ကနေပြီးတော့
Give DM the chance to start.
hero creep type ကိုပြန်ပြောင်းပေးမလား
Pretty effectively. It farmed
boost speed
absolutely
ပဲ short မလားတစ်ခုခုတော့လုံးမရ
Carries in the game right for dealing with these Helm of the Dome creeps. Kills them very, very fast.
Very true. They did the same thing with the Meepo the other day, if you remember. These heroes are fantastic at killing these Dominator creeps, so influx of gold for them.
Top lane.
ဒီတန်းเนี่ย free
Fight, it looks like.
radiant 13မိနစ်ခွဲ
Good time to strike. I mean, it's a Satan.
13မိနစ်ခွဲမဟုတ်14မိနစ်လောက်မှဒီကောင်ရ14မိနစ်ခွဲလောက်
Radiance timing complete.
Facebook ရယ် radiant ရယ်စောတယ်နော်
Class
Well, they're gonna have
playing
vision
around
here
the
with the
vision.
rocket. Whisper ready to walk up. Boundless strike on back. Get to the chance to jump with it.
Oh.
Good escape there for 9 class. Can
တညာလုံးကြိုက်တဲ့အချိန်လုံးနေပြီ9 class attention တွေရှာနေပြီ
tricky to catch him now. 9
Hey.
class should be fine.
attention တွေရှာနေပြီနောက်မှာ career ကေးတဲ့အကွက်တွေဒီကောင်းတစ်ကောင်လေးနဲ့ဟိုဘက်အချိန်ကပုတ်နေပြန်ပြီထပ်ပြီးတော့
They don't have any information
အဲ့
here.
ကစားပေါက်တွေဝင်သွားလို့မရဘူး9 class ရဲ့နော်ဆောင်းရညော်တဲ့ကစားကွက်တွေကိုဝင်သွားလို့မရဘူးလွတ်ပေးထားရမှာ
Rocket comes in, but again 9 class a step ahead.
လွတ်ပေးထားပြီးကျန်တဲ့ဘက်တွေလိုက်သွားဖိနေရမှာအဲ့ကောင်လိုက်ကြည့်နေကြည့်အောင်အချိန်တွေပုတ်
He's being annoying. He's giving info. It's giving time.
Annoying,
for these items to
annoying.
come in for Pvision. I believe that Aghanims for the Beastmaster. It's done.
Ah.
No one is invading with an invis.
baby
Good little push here, but the roll's going to be set up on you, but the kisses are coming in as well. Dream come down to the
Oh, boundless fight မထွက်သွားဘူး
starts to back away. 9 class falling low here as Analog is going for look
Nice talk, Alavi. Nice talk, Alavi.
First. Analog has to back up now. 9 class able to survive.
duration over ထည့်ထားပါတယ် hero တွေကတော့အဲ့လိုမတူတော့ဘူးတဲ့
But can't quite. Another
အဲ့ဒါ
very
အောက်
good
ချလိုက်ရင်အကောင်က
advantage
ပျောက်
coming
သွား
out from
လား
Pvision, but it only nets them the clock.
ရတယ်
Radiance is done. Whisper will find more money.
အောက်ချလိုက်ရင်အကောင်ပျောက်သွားလားဆိုတော့အော်ဟုတ်တယ်ပျောက်တာပေါ့ပျောက်တယ် dominator သုံးထားပြီးတော့ဒီ back ဘက်ထဲရွှေ့လိုက်လို့ရှိရင်ပျောက်တယ်ထင်တာပဲ
Second Dominator is soon finished for 9 class.
အရင်ကမပျောက်ဘူးအခုမှပျောက်တာလားမသိဘူးအခုမှဆိုတော်တော်ဟိုနောက်ပိုင်းမှပျောက်တာလားမသိဘူးအဲ့ဟာ refresher အော့လို့ပဲလေ ဘက်ဘက်ထဲထည့်ထားရင်အရင်ကဆိုရင်ပုံမှန်ပဲကူတောင်းလဲတယ်အခုနောက်ပိုင်းကမလဲတော့
He's still queuing up the Aghanims. Doesn't deviate his build, even though
Dominatorလည်းအဲ့လိုဖြစ်လာတယ်
early. He was kind of crushing the game. This one it's a lot slower, but he's still going for his build.
Here we go. Smoke time here from the supports of Heroic. Whisper ready to join.
How long on the roar? The roar is back up. There's no nighttime though. That's what they're taking advantage of here. DM did pop the Ascension earlier.
It's been hit by a scan, so Pvision know what's coming. Can Heroic really still stand a chance of catching them by surprise here?
The rocket for Vision.
Bobby. What? Oh, မပါဘူးနောက်တဲ့ hook ဒီကောင်ရဲ့ hook ကနှစ်ခုရှိနေတာဟိုတစ်ခုလွဲတစ်ခုဝင်လာ 9 class ဒီမှာဝူခုံးကွန်မန်နဲ့
on the King Jungle. Satanic moves in to kill off the CM as they're ready to see if they can maybe catch Analog as well. He's got the jump back up to the orb, so should be fine.
I love the aggression, but it's a little deep this time. They were able to get punished. Their Pvision, they're TPing in. Might be able to pressure this tier 1 themselves now. Might actually get the tier 1 first now because of this move.
Yeah, pretty hard to push Satanic and no one off the tower, especially with some of the ults expended by Heroic.
And they had to use so much to get the snap there. The hook missed, the coil was broken. As Dakalis
and gets himself another one there. Finds Schofield alone up top. He's got the burst to do it solo.
Wait, he got him by himself. Look at that. Maybe a Dominator creep also assisted, but either way, able to find that grab. As yeah, we did see the creep.
Oh. Yuma
though, with his blink.
Indeed, with the blink reveal comes in and gets a kill for himself. Back up to level 12 now on the Ursa.
So
close. Look at the two carries, right? Pretty much
as
close as it gets, really.
This game,
the progress of these two, and both of them not afraid to turn up to the action, right? You know, when you look at Pvision's heroes, they've got a good ways to kind of get Satanic on the Lifestealer onto the front lines, and Heroic, obviously with his Blink Dagger Ursa, Yuma, any sort of fight that happens around a tower that's going to be set up by this puck analog with Dream Coil, Yuma's going to want to make sure he's there.
Now we'll see how the economy game goes, right? Because as we said,
Heroic double dominators
at the moment, and a lot of that is the Monkey King's extra net worth. Of course, over those supports at the moment.
It's giving him a fair bit of protection and should be easily enough to allow him to jump out of this one. So the Roy will push both the tower. He's there with the backup, but Analog forces at the ready. Gets away from the follow-up to that.
Nice force that who shot at what more time kiss. I see Danny will allow you are radiating.
Has to enrage, get out of the Wukong's command. Whisper not quite able to find a chance to get anyone hooked in over towards the tier 2 tower. So Pvision back off. They don't take any casualties themselves. They're just able to get that kill against King Jungle's CM. We saw that earlier play. Try and punish when it's down.
And Whisper does have a big timing now. His Aghanims is done, so a lot stronger in the fray in terms of the aggression he can put on, but also just disrupting the healing and things from the Beastmaster, right?
A lot.
It does do quite a bit versus Beast. So they're feeling confident to get a bit aggressive here since those ultis are on cooldown. And we do have to mention, you talked about their Analog adjusting his build. You're playing versus Night Stalker, you need a Force Staff either on yourself or supports. Probably wanting it on the puck as well, too, so he did go for it. And he'll have a blink next soon, too.
Yeah, he's going to be very slippery on the puck. Now, we'll have the tools to indeed dance around these heroes that are trying to get in on top of him.
See if we see perhaps an Orchid built up at some point. I know we used to see some of these Monkey Kings go for it, but maybe not yet. Maybe later down the lines could be something he thinks about versus that puck.
Overall, though, we can see kind of...
Roshan Maki. Now, the cool thing, nice dog vision in it. Main shall be told him a shall Gunia, Asa Rusha Kuta de Guadiva, Lomia, yeah. I'm back
with these Dominators and, yeah, having this Monkey King able to play like
man, DJ Yada, Ijayaniam. Asa Vaga.
It's just going to take a lot to lock him down, right, and stop him from being able to slide, blink, and orb away. They do need a pretty perfect combo of skills to come down on the puck.
Time is hit.
Wow.
DM. Ult also at the ready very soon. The Tormentor, it's a bit different since it is with this Night Stalker, so it's on the bottom side. So unlike usual where it is up top. Pvision is going to be setting up for that one very quickly. It doesn't look like Heroic is in any way to contest it. They'll throw a rocket to Scout.
You see the shard.
Who gets it?
It's going to go the way of DM.
That's a really nice one to get for free.
Heroic. They'll make something happen elsewhere, though. Into the pit. Drop the freezing field as well. They need to speed this up.
I think so as well. I was about to say they might want to use every spell as possible that they can to damage it. Looks like they should get away with it.
Yeah, Pvision, they do smoke up now, but it's a little too late. Roshan, it's going to all be Heroic. Streamer's going to have that Aegis secured for the next play. So, Pvision, they get a Tormentor, they get a Shard, but Heroic do manage to find that timing to get the Ursa in the pit and secure that second life.
Balance in all things. No one, a full BKB finished up now for this Beastmaster. He is going to be very difficult to bring down. Even though they have BKB piercing disables, the damage, unless the Ursa gets the fully free hit onto him, could be problematic now to deal with this Beast early. But could just be a bit of a slowdown time. Both teams might be content with sitting back, finishing up that next item. Yuma in particular, his BKB.
Yeah, it's going to be so important. just to be able to give him the chance to run in and not worry about having the silence come into play, stopping him from getting that enrage off.
And DM is the big nuisance for sure versus that Puck and the Ursa. They have to be very careful in terms of this game. I'm wondering if Analog even at some point does pivot toward a BKB. Sure, not yet, but maybe one of the next items. Even
though the way I le, Man U Nigma Nangan or
gets tripped up from the Night Stalker.
Man U Nigma Nangan or le.
Satanic.
Go ne load up. Do I load my le? I beat that really. When I am so wow. 1.7 also.
He's actually going to survive.
He's away. No one coming in from the high ground. Maybe see if they can get an angle in on Analog, but it's very, very difficult.
He's going to
be around the mid, ready to grab that bottle and
okay. Okay.
Looking for the setup on a DM, popping the ult off onto the side of the map. He's going to be able to sneak away. Nothing they can do about that right now whilst the hook shot's still on cooldown from Schofield. So DM will get away. But yeah, there's 3 minutes of opportunity really for Yuma to try and force a play with the rest of the team. And you can see how aggressive he is. He's ready to try and find some action. With the BKB, Amplified Damage Rune, and the Aegis. I mean, Pvision, they've got to be prepared for this aggression that Heroic's going to be looking for.
They just have so much.
Vision, some of
the blink, he's only going to find
nice of us, so we develop some of that.
From the Night Stalker, able to gather that information as you see time and time again.
I see Yuma there as well. Was maybe seeing if he could find the chance to get the solo catch onto Carlos, but
just avoiding until they get these timings.
And they're getting a lot of the timings. The gold lead increasing with every moment here for Pvision. 6 to up to now 7K. Gold lead here, 23 minutes in. Heroic, they're desperate for blood, but Pvision just aren't giving it to them.
Just avoiding every single time. Satanic. SNY is now finished up too, so he's got that status resistance versus that bite in particular. So a lot safer for him to survive. Now Blink also for no one, so easier for him to pick and choose his target for the roar. Pvision is slowing the game down into a more and more comfortable position to be able to fight versus Aegis. They're very strong in team fights. Nightglass.
He is able to grab him off the trees. Has to dismember. It's going to be enough here slowing him down in the rot. So a little bit of action. The Heroics have to get back on the table there as 9 Class gets caught out.
It's been a long time since they've found a kill. It's just been...
But
look at the Dark Troll Summoner. 9 Class. Yeah. And there's another one right above it, by the way, too. Cutting the next...
Let's
see what a Heroic...
What the way free pay like
in this situation.
Oh, emotional damage they pay nigga show oh, bien do ye camera. And I'm a can out though. Bama don't do it. Nigga don't do bang. Who got the diamond? Who's got
going for such aggressive dives when you know the Pvision's playing footing? It's dangerous.
Pvision just getting so much DM.
He's in.
He's got his eyes on Schofield. No one's ready to back him up as well. So Pvision will be able to grab themselves a kill.
Roar, right?
Use the roar.
I mean, the game's kind of at that
pace.
Slowed down. I don't think he cares. Yeah, he's ready to drop that cooldown. We'll see. Yuma having to back off here as Satanic's starting to run him down a bit with the still 40 seconds left.
Missed it, huh?
Himself a Dominator creep.
And that's that timing.
Finished already.
I mean, he's pretty terrifying. That 4 stuff ain't going to save you anymore if he gets on top of you.
And this is a Night Stalker who is in a lane versus a CM Ursa. And look what he's got. He's got Blink, Nullifier, Dominator at the 25-minute mark. It looks like he was in a lane that was pretty much free for him.
Find
any action. Now if they do, it's not necessarily going to be guaranteed at all that they come out on top of these skirmishes. Pvision will be ready to turn.
And this is
BKB powder.
Second Night Class again.
Should be able to finish him off here, a little too far away. And now, at this point, they've got the damage. So
good kill.
They're getting something. Overall goal that Pvision have against not growing any further than it did in the last couple of minutes. They're now down to 5k gold, so Heroic definitely starting to slow down the advance that Pvision was gaining on them.
Yuma is still farming very nicely, right? Almost neck and neck with that Lifestealer, so he's feeling confident. The Basher's done. I was going to mention this, so for Analog, let's see if he does adapt in the build that we were talking about, because that Nullifier's done for the Night Stalker. So now if he gets on top of him, Silence plus Nullifier, it can really cause some problems. But at the moment, it looks like he's content with just going for scale. And if you can get away with this type of itemization on Puck, on Ursa, your lineup does scale super hard. So, yeah, curious to see if this does work out for them, because they're not overreacting to the side of Parivision. They're just playing their own game.
Two
ideas better.
Always have that threat of the high ground defense, right? You kind of lineup, you know, one of the supports, it's melee heroes, right? So when it comes to hitting the high ground down the line, you're lining yourself up for some pretty tasty hooks to be coming in from Whisper.
No, absolutely. And Whisper, you know, we didn't mention him, but he also has his BKB blink done. He's actually matching the farm of DM, even without the Dominator. I guess those extra kills do matter, of course.
On the hunt themselves now.
See what they can find.
Schofield.
Me why?
They're gonna make the jump forward, they'll get him.
Roll no.
Easy kill around the tower.
No funny business, but look at
No funny business အေးလာပြီးဟိုဘက်ကနောက်မှ4ယောက်ရောတာမရှိဘူးဆိုတော့ကျုံးလောက်တယ်4ယောက်5ယောက်ကလောက်ကလည်းစက္ကန့်20ကျော်ကျော်ဆိုတော့ဗတဲ့ချနေနေမှီလောက်တယ်အေး Whisper ဓာတ်က BKB နဲ့အမတကောင်ချောပြီးစပြီးတော့အေး4ယောက်4ယောက်ဖြစ်သွားပြီ silent ဖြစ်နေတယ် race ကြီးလို့မရဘူးဟို shot ဘိုင်ဘက်လာတော့ကလော့ဝိုက်ကြီးอ่ะနောက်မှာဖေဒန်ကလည်းမဂါကေ Whisper လည်းမဂါကေ
I mean, they did lose Analog. They did lose Schofield a second time, but they are able to take 3 kills.
Whisper ဘတ်ချာကြီးစွမ်းနေပြီနော် မဲထားရင်ကြိုက်လို့ရအိုးလာပြီး Nullifier နဲ့ Nullifier နဲ့
keeping those white stacked up onto DM. The damage building up. The bash comes in.
He's still alive.
He's actually going to be fine for now.
DM အားလေဘာလို့ပြန်လာပြန်လဲတာ nice shot
onto Yuma. Satanic will run him down. Good jump to the low ground.
Can he stick on him the blink?
He's going to blink up in a second. Good jukes as Yuma will manage to dance away from Satanic.
Oh, what a cool fight. I mean, the wraparound for Heroic almost works beautifully. The problem in that fight was honestly DM killed Analog Photo Zero. That nullifier that he got, he just completely sandwiched him and brought him down. Satanic and Yuma will survive at the end of it all, but Satanic is more ahead in the end of it all.
အာဆာနဲ့ဆောင်းရင် bash လေးတော့လိုမလားလို့ကိုယ်ထင်အဲ့လိုစောစောကတော့ like ကုန်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာ bash လေးဝင်
I think he does have to adapt somehow.
ပြော bash မထည့်ဘူး
What he wants to build. Okay, he's going Hurricane.
ဟိုအီ hyper stone ကြီးဝယ်လိုက်တယ်
on the Night Stalker instead.
hyper stone hyper stone
rather than having to build a full other item to protect himself.
Because what if you Hurricane Pipe the enemy, even if you're nullified right, it still pushes back.
Yep, it does not dispel it off of you.
You're still able to get pushed back.
Exactly. So this is if he had this in the last fight, he likely lives, and it could have been a completely different outcome where Heroic maybe comes out.
ပိုင်းနေရထွက်ပြီးသားတဲ့ HD ပါတဲ့နေကမှာ
As it stands, Parivision after that fight, Satanic.
Inside ဘူးမှမဆက်ကြောလားစားမကောင်း
Almost an AC finished also for him.
Inside ဈေးကြီးွားလို့
And we see, you know, on the other side, Yuma, he's
စားနိုင်
trying
တော့
to
ဘူး
get
လို့ပါ
that Abyssal as soon as he can, and he's got it now. So Abyssal Blade done. We did see how kind of clutch the bashes were coming in that last fight. He's able to drop down the active on someone. Should have the chance.
ယောက်က support လာဟုတ်ပါစိန်မြောင်းမြောက်က support ဖြစ်ပါတယ် 9 class လေးပုံမှန်ပဲစောင့်နေကြအဲ့ကောင်လေး
really chase him out.
career လိုက်တတ်တယ်အနောက်မှာ what တွေထောင်တယ်ပြီးရင် info တွေလိုက်ပေးတယ်တစ်ပင်တစ်ပင်နဲ့တစ်ပင်ရှောက်ကူးပြီးတော့အမ attention တွေလိုက်ရှာ
And speaking of which, Parivision, smoke, or invis, sorry, on no one, looking for another play. Whisper, he's under vision.
ရူရှန်ထွက်တော့မယ်နော် Robbie အေး Whisper မိသွားတာ Oops အဲ့ကွန်ဘိုကတော့လန့်ရတယ် Live Sealer Beast ဟလာဟိုစတန်တစ်ကောင်ပါတဲ့အဲ့လိုဒဂါဟီးရိုးတွေနဲ့ Live Sealer နဲ့တွဲတာအလန့်အဆုံးပဲဝမ်းဆိုအမှထွက်လာပြီးကုတ်သွားရှော့
Difficulty definitely rising here for Heroic.
Does feel like that.
အိုးတွေ့သွားပြီ
He's got the pike, does get the phase shift off. Can he play around this?
Tricky to chase.
အဲ့ဒီ game ပိုင်းရှိတယ်တရားမရှိတော့ဘူး
Nullify will catch on to him, but
ပြာချောင်းအပြာချောင်းဆက်မှာပဲလိုက်လို့ရအောင်
phase shift dodge and the orb. 9 class is sweeping across, so Analog has to continue to play on his toes there because they're
အော်မိသွားပြီ
silence is back up. They get the jump on him, and this time he's not able to jaunt away.
အာရူရှန်ရသွားပြီအကန်ရူရှန်အမအလန်တိုင်းမှာခြံခဲ့တယ်ဟေးဒီကောင်လေးဘလောက်တော့အောက်လန်းကိုပြေးဆင်းနေလဲဆိုတော့
No one's got the roar
ယူ
ready.
မကိုလိုက်ရှာနေပြီ
They bought him a gem earlier too after that last fight. He's always in a good position to know if anyone is stalking him. Schofield. They found
ပြီးပြီဟောဒါမဲ့ကလောဝိုက်ပြီ
There's just kills.
၄កောင်တော့ရှောသွားပြီတကောင်ရင်းစီတေးတာဆိုတော့မြင်မကောင်း
I think he got very close to a bit of a clutch snipe there. I believe the courier did have the rest of the
ဇောရသွားပြီအိုက်တန်ဖူ
but the delivery is actually
ဘက်ရှော့မပါဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ဖူသူအပြာချောင်းဝါပြီးတော့ထည့်လို့ရတယ်ပေါ့31မိနစ်မှာအိုက်တန်9ခွပြေသွားပြီ
Way too big. Just the difference between him and Yuma
အဲ့
at this point.
ဟိုဟာလိုက်စီလာစန်ဂျီယာရှာအမ်ဘလက်အပြာချောင်း radiant ဆို31မိနစ်နော်ပြောရမယ်ဆိုရင်ဒါ
4 minutes on this Aegis.
မိတ်ခိန်းလည်းရှိသေးတယ်မိတ်ခိန်းတော့မဟုတ်သေးဘူး31မိနစ်က
Yuma find a grab out to the side whilst Carlos is separate from the rest of the team, but now the rest of the
Ooh,
team ready to
hook
close
shot.
in. Defensive
ကယ်ပြီးထားတယ်
drag Yuma away.
မိဟု
As Yuma will get away with that one, gets the kill, gets out with the help of Whisper.
Pvision sticking in the area.
အခုလမ်းမှာအဲ့ live stealer display မပါဘူးနော်မန်ဒါစတိုင်တို့ဘာလို့မပါဘူးအဲ့လို high ground patcher ဟုဆွဲပြီးတော့ပတ်ဆိုင်လန့်နေပါနေနဲ့လမ်းတစ်ဝက်မှာဖြတ်လုံးလိုက်ရင်အဲ့ကာယနဲ့သေးဖို့များတယ်အစားတကယ်ခုတ်ဝိုင်း
It does feel like
that's going to be their next best shot.
Yeah, it feels like it's very dependent on the cores in this game on Heroic. It's been a pretty quiet game from the support zone, I have to be honest. Schofield not really having much of a game this time on the clockwork. Maybe, yeah, in his lane, absolutely. But right now, he's 0-7, and he hasn't even built any items to buff up his allies either. He's built completely for himself. So
It's definitely one of those risky builds, right? When you rush the axe.
Is.
Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks like the support you encounter in your pubs. It's a risky move. It's not paying off so far. But, Schofield will say, hey, this game's still young. We're only 32 minutes in.
Hey, it's very
We're probably
true.
going to hit the 60 minutes, and Schofield's absolutely still got a chance, if it goes 30 minutes more, to maybe come in with those plays, and he'll say, hey, you know what? The Ags rush, it was absolutely warranted.
We'll have to see if it does pay off. Because he can do still some really nice stuff with the Aghanims. I'm only critiquing him a little bit extra because it's Schofield, but, he can scout a lot, right? And in this game, scouting has definitely been pretty crucial. So
And you can clear the waves, right? You can prolong the game.
You absolutely can.
Flares, being spammed out. So, as I say, Schofield, he's ready to keep playing this game for another 30 minutes. Let's see if they can try and hold on that long, because Pvision against them, they continue to hit these timings. They'll get themselves another shard. This time goes to where Satanic. They've got 2 minutes of Aegis, so very likely to bring the fight. Heroic, they've got to do the best to kind of limit the casualties and try and not lose too much against these next moves from Pvision, because otherwise Pvision, they could be moments away from shutting down the game.
Absolutely. I mean, Pvision, they're just getting a bit too much. It feels like out of the map. The map is shrinking it. All of Heroic is having to follow each other because of this annoying vision game that we've seen from Pvision. So they can't really separate from each other because they just might hemorrhage 4 kills as we saw before. If they split up on Heroic, heroes could die all over the place. So they have to kind of stick together like this versus the Pvision strategy.
A refresher on no one.
နှခေါက်ရော
To grow.
လွယ်တော့မလွယ်တော့ဘူးဒီချိန်ပတ်တဲ့ဆိုင်ဟိုကောင်နဲ့ item အပြက်ကြီးဖြတ်ရင်းနဲ့
towards Yuma.
တောင်ရင်းကြီးပြတ်နေပြီ item ဘတ်တဲကိုတပွဲပဲအပိုင်ဆိုင်ပြီးတော့အံ့တော့မယ်ထင်တယ် PV ကြည့်ရ
Beefy cores of Pvision.
I think the only reason this game has felt as close as it is because Yuma is having a flawless game.
Absolutely.
He's 6-0. If he had died even once, this game might just feel completely out of control.
He's holding on pretty hard here for the team, Yuma.
Another amp damage to spawn Satanic. We'll be waiting at the bottle at the ready. They're just going to pick it up. All right, they want to just pressure with it. So 1 minute left on this Aegis that he wants to use this amp damage with.
He wants to get in. Get right in there. So they start to bring in the mid push.
What's the response going to be?
AJ စက္ကန့်50တက်မှာလား3လမ်းလုံးတော့ယူပြီးသွားပြီစက္ကန့်တာသွားတယ်အခုပြောဆိုအဲ့ hook တစ်ပေါက်ဆွဲခံရတော့မယ်
That could catch Heroic off guard when getting back to their base.
hook တစ်ပေါက်ဟာအောက်မှာမနေနဲ့လေကောင်းနေအောက်မှာနေနေရနော်
Heroic themselves.
ဟိုင်ဂရောင်းနေ hook ဆွဲပြီးတက်ရမှာဒီချိန်က
For those high ground hooks from Whisper.
Whisper's looking for it.
အိုးအဲ့လိုကြီးထွက်ချတယ်အဲ့လိုကြီးထွက်ချတာမကောင်းနော်
This is dangerous.
မကောင်းအဲ့လိုထွက်ချတာမကောင်းတော်သေးရဘာမှမဖြစ်လို့
Tackling the life stealer, and indeed they'll be able to pull back.
အဲ့ဆိုတော့ over ပါပြီဝယ်ရ AC ပဲ
Life stealer, especially whilst he still had a few
ပြန်ဆုတ်သွားတယ်
seconds.
BB က
Will start to now come to an end.
Daytime will hit. Looks like Pvision will back up with that. Continue to play that economy game as they continue to grow and grow and grow in terms of that economy. Seeing 9 class, he's gone full greed this game, as he tends to, but Diffusal into the Scotty next, so it's going to be very, very annoying to play against for these cores, in particular the Pudge and the Ursa. The fights just, they continue to feel harder and harder and harder for Heroic, and I'm wondering how and when it's going to feel that much easier. Perhaps it's when Yuma does have that MKB, but again, it does feel like it's starting to feel like him versus the world a lot in this one.
Still just sort of little things like the ghost on no one that makes it hard for them to get King Jungle's at the moment kind of juking him in terms of the vision, so a lot of time of this BKB being put to waste. Still will get the Raw though at the end of it, allowing Satanic to close up and take down another.
Hey, Owen, that's actually a really good call that you did mention there, right? Like, Yuma has to do so much, and he has no nullifier. No. So they can just dance around him, either with these Ghost Scepters or Force Staffs in particular. Very hard heroes to bring down with the Monkey King as well, too. He can just boundless out of a lot of situations, too. So definitely hard for Yuma in terms of how he wants to progress into this later stage.
We'll see Refresher being queued up next. I imagine what the plan's going to be. If Whisper can come...
meanwhile, no one refresher ရှိသေးတယ်မသုံးလိုက်တာပါတဲ့
With that play from Schofield should be able to get out. Did cost him his BKB.
တဲ့ last
85 seconds.
အဲ့ဒါ6ခွက်အပြည့်ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ် live stealer အဲ့ဒါ6ခွက်အပြည့်
He's got another roar. He still has that at the ready, and double BKB if he wants to have it for the side of no one. Forcing a buyback again. That's 2 from Schofield.
Yeah, the gold difference starting to look
growing.
Pretty crazy now. 20k gold advantage here for Parivision 37 minutes in.
PV ကသူတို့တာနေတဲ့ဟာကိုပြန်မသလို့သိလားထုံးလာလို့မဟုတ်တာနေတဲ့ဟာကိုလုံးဝအဲ့လိုအတာပြန်ဖြတ်ထားနောက်တော့တဖြည်းဖြည်းပြောင်းဖြတ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးတစ်ဖက်ဘိုင်ဘက်လေးလှုပ်လိုက်ပြီဆိုတာနဲ့တကောင်စပူတာလေးတကောင်တော့ဘယ်လှုပ်လိုက်ဆိုတော့အကုန်ပြန်ဆုပ်မလှုပ်တင်တာလုံးဝမလှုပ်ထုံးလာကဒီနေ့မလှုပ်တင်တာ2ကွက်လောက်လှုပ်လိုက်တယ်2ပွဲလုံး
Heroic has to do something chaotic, and that's what they're looking for here. Smoking out. There's no dark
ascension. Nice.
Advantage of that here, but Parivision are all so far back.
This could be a bit risky, stepping out on the map like this.
They're not even going to find Ducalis down here, who's just farming in a
Do they find
very
anyone?
Interesting spot.
Even if they get up here onto Satanic, it's going to be tough to take him down before backup is inbound.
Oh, and Yuma also has no BKB, so. 15 seconds on cooldown if they commit for this.
တခြားကိုက်မိသွားရင်တေးလိုက်နေနော်အဲ့ဒါတေးပြီ
They're going to see if they can try and burst him. The damage is stacking up. It's enough.
Big
killed him off, but the draw comes in. Parivision ready to punish. Yuma.
အပြာကြောင်းနဲ့ဗိုက်ထဲမဝင်လိုက်ဘူးကွာဟုတ်ကွာ
Whisper holding back no one though will give the chance for Yuma to continue to retreat. It looks like they're going to get away with it. They're going to try and go for more. The balance
ပြကုန်ပြီ PV က
What a play from the split second.
Wow.
He was a split second from getting that infest off and perhaps surviving.
And it's such a risky time as you said.
ဘာလို့ race အရင်ကြီးလဲမသိဘူးအရင်အကန်နင်းစပ်တာဝင်လိုက်ရမှာခန္ဓာကိုယ်ထဲကိုရော့ဆိုဝင်လိုက်ရင်သွေးပြေသွားပြီအဲ
But they get away with it.
race အရင်ကြီးလိုက်လို့
Away at least a 5k gold. You know, sort of lead that Parivision did have. They're down to 15k.
And Owen, look what just spawned. Roche is up. It's 60 seconds without the life stealer. If they're able to scout that, be absolutely massive for Heroic. What a heads up play. And I think that's, honestly, that might just be how they have to play for this game. They can't just like sit back. They kind of have to do these chaotic plays and find this life stealer.
So
very nice
keep
play.
This up here, Heroic. Parivision next time round, they're definitely going to make sure that the back
ပြန်လာပြီဗျာပြန်အိုင်ကွန်ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့ pressure ပေးလို့ရတယ်နော်
and maybe even that Roche if they do back up for
နော် Roshan လုပ်လဲရတာ
And you've got to imagine again, when you go for that play and you carry Yuma still at the BKB and cooldown, that was probably Yuma making that call, right?
Yeah, I mean that's.
It definitely feels like Yuma being that sort of solid rock that's bringing the team together.
High risk, high
reward. A chance here in what so far looks to be a very difficult game still for Heroic. They'll finish the Roche. Aegis here for Yuma.
They killed it before it could shift sides too, so a good aggressive play. They're coming.
ပြကလောင်ပြလက်ချောင်းနေဖြစ်ကုန်ပြီ PV ရကောင်နေ
Yeah, they're coming back swinging here, Heroic.
Almost have completely recovered this game just off that one move, finding Satanic, a 10,000 gold swing. Level 26 now for the Ursa. He's actually gone for the double Earth Shock, which I feel like most times we see the overpower lately, but yeah, an interesting little adaptation also for him.
အာစာကိုရင်တော့တေးတာတေးတာဗောလိုက်စီလာကိုအာစာနိုင်နေဆိုတာအဲ့ဒါလေ
A bit of enrage too is going to be nice for
တေးတယ်
A big step up in damage output also for
ဟီးရိုကအကွာကြီးလေဟိုလိုမျိုးပဲထိုးွားလုံးနဲ့ဂျာကားနဲ့ကွာတယ်လို့ပဲအဲ့နှကောင်တကယ်ရှင်ခုတ်ကိုင်းကြီးအာစာကိုဘလို့နိုင်မှာတော့လိုက်စီလာဟိုကခုတ်လေသွေးတက်လေမှန်တယ်ဒီဘက်ကခုတ်လေနာလေသွေးတက်ဖို့လုံးဝမလောက်ဘူး
We have Analog pretty much in the same position as no one. And DM and Whisper, they're in a very similar situation gold-wise as well. Overall, the majority of that difference, it's between the supports.
Exactly, so. And Yuma now, a full another item picked up. He's got the Swift Blink. They have the luxury of the 4 minutes with this Aegis. And they have this Refresher Shard on Whisper. This Refresher Shard could just change everything too, right? If he gets a double bite, full duration on the core.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That gives more than enough time for Yuma to kill anyone that Whisper's got his hands on.
And yeah, Cheese, right?
He
essentially has a second life to protect versus that Nullifier combo.
Hey, that ain't item,
I mean, looks like still. Even though this Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard is on Heroic's side, they've smoked up themselves, and they're ready to try and get the job.
They spent their gold too. No buyback on DM. No buyback.
Hey, Asa, a zone can lo meow. Okay, ha, now my angle at Dobby. For my roll and I, Pacha. Pacha show why.
Whisper will fall. Analog, he's going to try and push forward. Phase shift just in time before the roll was going to be coming in from no one.
Asa bien will have Asa. Oh, Asa, what you thought? Sure.
Buybacks now coming out from both sides. Analog's alive. Phase shifts there just in time. Analog, can he jump out of this one? He cannot. He'll get the call.
So Pacha le buy back. Such a mala.
And that probably should be the key for Heroic to get out of it.
Fishing game, one nice dog at City. Apollo, me in
Yuma's thinking about it.
He's considering. He's under this observer wall from Parivision, though. They're going to set down further vision, knowing that Heroic will trying to look for this risky play. They do get the D-ward, though, so Heroic, they're going to know that Parivision was maybe prepared for this.
It's eyes on Whisper. He did use the buyback in this fight.
DM. And 9 class just sort of stepping forward. Heroic.
Linking ရှိသေးတယ်မလားဟုတ်တယ် bash နဲ့ linking အဲ့လိုဟာတွေထည့်ရမှာ bash တို့ linking တို့အဲ့လို item တွေထည့်ရမှာ linking လည်းလိုတယ်တကယ်ကဘချာနဲ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပြင်ဆော့နေရတဲ့အချိန်နောက်တုံးတုံး hero တွေနဲ့ဆိုရင်ရပါတယ်အာဆာကြီးဖြစ်နေလို့သတိထားဘချာကိုက်မိတဲ့အဲ့လိုစက္ကန့်လေးနည်းနည်းလေးအတွင်းမှာပြတ်သွားနိုင်လို့ကွာအခြား hero တွေကမပြတ်ဘူးအာဆာကကြောင့်
Even with all these defensive tools that he's trying
အဲ့ချိန်မှာ
BKB, no way to just prevent it.
အစောကဘာမှမထူ
Yeah, now Parivision, they're going to be more than happy to try and look for the play there. I mean, we saw them not afraid to fight and being able to kind of come out even on the results of that little bit of a skirmish. There's no Aegis, no cheese on Heroic. Parivision, they're absolutely going to want to try and go against
Hey, be wary.
He'll get the setup, catch the two of them in the cogs, he'll die for this, but Yuma's having
ကိုက်ထားတယ်ကိုက်ထားတယ်
Schofield happily trading his life there for the core of Parivision.
And it's the gem as well too, so big pickup. Great connection there from Schofield. I don't even think that was the initial target.
ကျုံးနိုင်တယ်နော်ဒီပွဲက
That hook shot actually target that was blocking to Collis.
အချာကြီးအလဲမှာအဲ့လိုမသေးတော့ဘူးဆိုတဲ့အနေထား
Even though Parivision have maintained
ကြောက်သွားရင်အခုလည်းတကယ်ဆိုရင် item တော့များပါတယ်တင်နေတော့တင်နေတော့မယ်ပေါ့အချာကြီးမသေးတော့ဘူးဟေးအဲ့လိုမျိုးဟို head တွေပါတွေဒီထပ်ထွက်လာရင်
I mean, and Yuma just continues to just play almost flawless. Like he's 7-0-3. He's truly being the rock for the team.
ကိုရီးယားဘယ်သူနိုင်နိုင် AC ပဲနော် duration over တွေကတော့ဒါရသွားပြီ easy 44 minute over သာထိုင်ထည့်တထေးဖြစ်ပြီ DPI အဲ့ tip ကအကောင်းဆုံး tip ပဲကျန်တဲ့ဘွဲတွေဘာမှလုပ်စရာမလိုကျန်တာဘာလုပ်စရာမလို over သာထိုင်ထည့်
That's why they wanted. That's why they wanted this last pick, as we do see Heroic smoked up again. Still 30 seconds, no Night Stalker.
And I guess this is the thing as well for Yuma, why it's working so well for him in these fights. He's just got so many heroes around him that are more than happy to throw their own lives into the front lines, right? You got Whisper jumping in, Analog ready to make these aggressive moves straight underneath the entire team of Parivision, and Schofield always ready to initiate with a hook shot. So with all this stuff being thrown at Parivision, it's very difficult for them to isolate and deal with the bear.
And he's not the one getting silenced, right? It's the Night Stalkers having to go for the puck. Because if Analog gets left alone in these fights, Analog might run rampant. So, yeah, it's a good way that they've been balancing off of each other of who tanks which spells. We do see Heroic still looking for potentially another play, but not going to be the case. Schofield just has to continue hugging Yuma. And he is just, using this Aghanims to just scout tree lines.
Yep.
Every single time he can, he's shooting the rockets, looking for 9 class.
Oh, it's doing a lot. I mean, it's definitely, as I say, getting closer to that period of the game where the greediness of the clock definitely feels good. You're happy to have him on the team.
BKB also finished up for KJ, so that frostbite or that freezing field is going to start having some impact as well too.
A lot of money on no one. What do you think he's considering next? 5.7k coming up in the bank for the Beastmaster.
That's a good question because they already have the AC. He already has.
သူဆရာစာ BKB
Yeah, I'm
နဲ့
not sure actually.
ဟုတ်တော့ဟုတ်နေပြီ
Could you look for a Hex, or does a Hex not really do
Hex,
too much?
I think Hex is probably the best one. I was thinking Hex or maybe even just Lincoln's to protect and block this Abyssal Blade in particular on a core, but...
That's true. Maybe help someone kind of for the dismember efforts, right?
Yeah, because there's a couple of different single target abilities that can be very annoying this game, so
like it.
he's got options. I'm not too sure, though. I think he's also debating which one is best so far. This gold lead has been kind of sitting at a similar amount for a lot of this game,
really
but
has.
Heroic has been able
ကို
to
လိုက်တဲ့
run around that
ကိုလိုက်တဲ့ရတဲ့အန်တာဗျူပဲ
Just
တဲ့
feel like each time that Pvision's had the
Confident.
lead,
Who
they
high?
haven't really left their side of the map too much.
True. Yeah.
They're very much holding back, seemingly sort of waiting until they themselves have kind of like these 6-slotted, maybe, as we said, the 6-slotted supports like 9 class. You know, he's very close to having that BKB on top of the Diffusal and Scardy.
Just having more difficulties getting the
လူတက်ဆော့လူတက်ဆော့ပါလို့အော်ရောတာဟိုဟာဖြစ်အောင်လို့ဘတ်ချာလူတက်ဆော့နေဗျာအရင်ကြီးရောလို့မရအောင်လို့သူ့ကိုယ်သူအဲ့လိုလိုတက်စီတင်ပြီးရှေ့ဆုံးမှာနေနေနော်ကွိုင်းရောရတာထက်သွားပြီသူမူးကိုမူးတွေဖြစ်တော့
Should still have a little bit of money on top of that, but indeed maybe not quite enough to pick up a full item, so really considering his options.
It's probably just in case he has to buy boots to travel 2.
Hero 3.4 တဲ့
It could be something
ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်
as we do see the fight coming toward this top left side.
Hero 3.4 ထည့်ခြင်းတော့ဖြစ်နိုင်ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်အေး nice တော့ကဆင်းနေအကုန်လုံး
Whisper on the front.
အာ
And there's the BKB.
Robbie.
It's going to make the jump in. They're going to try and go all out in onto Whisper. Found the strike the side.
ဘတ်ချာဘတ်ချာကြိုက်တော့ကြိုက်လိုက်တယ်ကွာသူအဲ့သေးတာပဲမရအောင်
He's got to back up now with his teammates dead and the BKB and Enrage coming to an end for the Ursa. He's got to run. King Jungle will put the BKB, but the physical damage tears him apart. Pvision coming out on top. Maybe not even done yet. They've still got their eyes on Analog. He'll get the phase shift off. So if he can jump out.
ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ပြောလို့တဲ့ဗတ်တရားအပြတ်ကြီးရှုံးသွား
Take down the 4 of them. I mean, they all have.
Hero 3.4 တဲ့ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်တဲ့ပြောချင်းမှာပဲဗတ်တရားအဲ့လိုကြီးပြတ်သွား
This could hurt them big time. Only
အာစာတစ်ခုဆိုရင်အဆုံးထိဟိုမတ်တက်ရက်ပြီးမခုတ်ရဲဘူးကွာဒီကောင်လဲကျွတ်နေတဲ့အာစာထွက်ပြေးသွားတယ်ထွက်ပြီးတော့
They kill the punch. He gets nothing.
ဒီမှာဝင်ချနေတဲ့အချိန်မှာ
The damage is already done there. Complete
ခုတ်တော့ခုတ်ပြီးတယ်သူခဏတော့ဝင်ခုတ်ပြီးတယ်
just playing the fight beautifully. Look at
ပြီးတော့ချက်ချင်းပြန်ထွက်ပြေးတာ
Yuma around
ပြန်လာမခုတ်သေးတော့
Absolutely, yeah, just too
ဟိုသူစားခုတ်တဲ့ target ကလည်း nice soccer ကြီးဖြစ်ပြီးမသေးသွားတော့အဲ့မှာသူလည်းဆက်ခုတ်ပြီးလို့မရတော့တာလည်းပါပါတယ်
It's Pvision.
အရင်လန့်ပြီးတော့ထွက်ပြေး
Up to the base of Heroic. Let's see how much they can take away from them.
It's at least one set.
It's tier 3. And the barracks gone. Still a painful amount of time for Heroic where they're going to have to sit back without the presence of Whisper or Analog for the defense.
They'll pop the glyph here. But yeah, still 30 seconds without the puck. They need every single one of their elements.
There's no way the 3 of them are going to try and make a move without the 5-man alive. So they've got to let a second set go on.
All right, this could be 3 sets. They've got to defend soon.
Pvision with the patience and lead that they've had this game. Finally finding this huge opportunity to absolutely demolish the base of Heroic. Schofield's going to try for himself, and Yuma's going to go for it for the Roars there.
Invest.
I'll get the Enrage off Yuma. Has to start backing away, though. As the BKB begins to fall off. Pvision, they've got the damage done. They've taken the barracks all the way from Heroic. The Mega Creeps are out.
Heroic have done such a good job through the majority of this game to hang on, but hang on it just was, it seems, as Pvision now Mega Creeps, and a huge opportunity as now Roche will also spawn. They're hitting their element. Yuma, as we said, still yet to die, but can't do it on his own.
I mean, they're trying to head out.
Pvision.
It's been hit by a scan, though, so Pvision know that Heroic are going to maybe try and make this last-ditch attempt outside of the base.
And they've just got this Dominator up on the high ground, giving information as well. How do you approach this fight as Heroic?
It's so hard. In particular, where it's 4v5, you don't have Schofield ready to sort of throw himself in and disrupt the action with a hook shot and a cogs.
I think they might have to do that, though, and I think they can't approach these fights normally. They kind of have to get the initiation.
They've got eyes on DM, but instantly out with a blink. Yuma's going to try and chase. We'll get the Abyssal connection. Whisper jumps in as well, but DM is going to get forced away. Coil will
All right,
catch
go.
him, refresh
Ah,
his
refresh
power.
our in it.
Stays on top of DM,
Yuma.
finishing him off.
You have almost what? You have shut up.
Whisper controlled here by Satanic. They'll get the buyback coming in. King Jungles will live for now, but Satanic jumps forward.
Oh, wrong, I have.
The last few seconds of the BKB already, but Parivision will stay on top of him. His Earthshock's down to the low ground, but the Abyssal Frontier is back up. Yuma's dead. Triple kill for Satanic. Heroic, they tried to go for that last attempt. It does not work out. This Roshan and very
ပွဲတိုင်းမှာကပေါက်နေတယ်ပွဲတိုင်း KO ပါလဲပေါက်တယ်KO ကတော့ဖြစ်တယ် sorry duration over ပြောတာ
Everyone just buys back the targets that they prioritize. DM's like
duration over လဲ share ပေါက်
rejoins it immediately. The Ursa dies for the first time in this game, but as you said, it could be that nail in the coffin. He has buyback.
He does.
But let's see if they can even hang on here.
Whisper though does not. Still, yeah, 350 gold away from having the buyback on Pudge, so we'll just be with the four of them and trying to hold against Parivision now seems pretty impossible as they're on to the tier 4s. Aegis on no one, refresher shot on 9 class. Parivision, they're ready to lay down the Wukong's command. Try and enter Yuma, he's in with the jump. They're trying to burst the Lifestealer. Satanic, he's going to get hit again by another match. You'll get it with the Infest. Survives, heals up. They take down the bear, and with that, the tier 4s continue to remain exposed. This game is over. GG is called. Parivision will take the first game.
The economy war, I mean, Parivision playing the map as they do, as we've seen them do so much this tournament. It works again. Heroic, they
really
tried their best, getting these type of chaotic plays, which absolutely worked at least 1 or 2 scenarios, but overall, Parivision, they had a pretty good grasp in a lot of this game.
Yeah, the lead was just too much for Heroic to deal with. They just needed to find more of those plays. We just saw such a long period of this game where Parivision, they really were a step ahead, and to a putt that was going to be expected because of how strong the Vision game was going to be from Parivision.
Absolutely. I mean, the Night Stalker in particular, this last pick that they were able to grab up really was such a nuisance for something like Analog in particular. And DM, he had a crazy good game. So see what they do to adjust.
Absolutely great play and great patience from Parivision in that game to maintain the lead and know that when they go for that killing blow, it's a successful one. Game 1 to Parivision.
And it was a great game for Parivision here, right? If you're there in the arena cheering for
duration over 10ပွဲမှာ9ပွဲဖြစ်ဟုတ်ပါ
it felt like just
မာကြည့် duration over ချက်တွေကို show
Yeah, beautiful
ပွဲတိုင်းလိုလိုအဲ့လို
Parivision in this game number 1. We were wondering, you know, whether there's going to
ဒီပွဲတွေမှာလေဟိုကကြည့်လိုက်39 41နော်နောက် series 48 63နောက်ဆုံးပွဲမှာ under ဟွာနောက်ထပ်ပွဲက39 45တွေ့လားအဲ့လို40 40ကအဲ့လို average ရှိတယ်45အဲ့လောက် average ရှိတယ်ပြုံ53 68 96 45တွေ့လားဒါ elimination ပွဲတွေတောက်လျှောက် over လာခဲ့တာဟောအခုဒီမှာဆိုလဲအပေါ်ကပြီးခဲ့အိတ်ဆွင်းထွန်ဆိုတာဆိုလဲ55 45အခု game 1လဲမိနစ်50ကျော်ဝေးအကုန်ကြီးပါအဲ့လို over လာaverage က42လောက်သွားကြ42အေးပေါ့ average က42လောက်သွားကြ
rotations, right? Because we're talking about how good no one was rotating to help that safe lane of the duo with Satanic there on the Lifestealer. But something that's more important that we're not really seeing too often is actually carries themselves rotating through the portal, right? We saw Yuma do that one quite early, Jenkins.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like this is the Yuma rotation. He does it in almost every game, where he comes through the portal sometime after 5 minutes, and he gets a very important kill here because Whisper was struggling against Lifestealer. They pick Ursa to counter the Lifestealer, and it almost worked. Like, he didn't die until like very late into the game, where they had to literally throw like 3 heroes' deaths into buybacks in order to kite out all of Yuma's abilities in BKB, and then they finally killed him, like at the very end of the game.
But I also felt like Parivision did a good job exposing the weakness of Pudge as a core, right? Because the hero doesn't push out lanes quickly, and because he had a bad start, it's really difficult for him to recover. And you see, like throughout I'm sure there are more clips later, they couldn't really push the wave out, and they're constantly getting ganked by the Monkey King because he's giving vision. So I think Astini said, you know, he wanted to give them their best strat, but he had a way to deal with it. He knew that Pudge is not strong because he can't really push waves, you know, and it's really important that your cores are able to push waves out. And Puck couldn't also push waves because he got countered by the Night Stalker.
Oh, I have an idea. Something that can push waves? Pudge Helm Dom. So you can block your own hook.
Okay, we're back to time at home with you. All right, look, guys, we're going to look at that Vision game specifically with the Monkey King, the Night Stalker. We said the lineup was big, but seeing it in action and exactly how they're able to utilize it is a whole different thing.
Yeah, 9 Class is just being himself, being super annoying. Look at him dodging the ganks. This is 3 heroes, so there's going to be a hook, there's going to be another hook shot that they're trying to go for, and he's still going to be escaping, lurking around the 14-minute mark, trying to go for the Wisdom Shrine, and he's just going to be staying around. So he came back and what he did is he provided vision for Schofield. You can see that he's buying time, he drops down, it feels like he's gonna die, but they also understand that they can help him out. The rest of the team, after he provided vision, they're gonna be helping him. He gets a really good boundless strike, and in the end, he doesn't even die. But this is what he does the best. Like, he's very annoying, and there's gonna be another situation where he gets initiated on, again, providing info for the team to see where the heroes are, which allows others to play much more safe, and then you have him escaping with the shard. Plus, also, we gotta point out the Night Stalker. Like, he's really, really good. He's going for the Nullifier as well. Didn't have it in this fight, but it also completely ruins what he wants to do with Ursa. He's good against Pavis on Crystal Maiden, good against this 4-staff / Hurricane Pike on Puck. They understand how to itemize correctly, and 9 class standout player for a good reason.
It is a really big deal against, especially like Heroic in an Ursa lineup, to waste time like that, to waste these smokes of deceits, because you end up in these games where like you have a timing, you know, like Ursa BKB, something like that, and you just don't have any smokes because you've spent so many of them, like, smokes being broken, Monkey King, you know, jumps in, makes some, like, waste some time in the early game. Like, these things really matter in a game like this, especially when you're the team.
I mean, this kind of happened during the game.
Division
For the first Roshan. So the Ursa got the first Roshan, but he couldn't really push the map for advantages because they were constantly chasing around the monkey. He was pressuring them. The map was pushed out. They just basically couldn't really.
They just blocked.
Easy.
They couldn't progress on the map.
That
was a huge problem in the game for Heroic.
Yeah, and I think they also understood the fact that, okay, Roche, that's going to be an objective early that Heroic are going to be really strong at, right? You kind of want to give it away, but things and objectives that aren't as easy to give away, look, cost is these Wisdom Shrines, right? You want to be able to take them away from your opponent as often as possible, and we normally see early fights around it, but in this one, we saw that later 27, 28-minute fight around it.
Yeah, they understand that they want to take it away, and this is the fight where Night Stalker does have Nullifier available, so it's going to be very difficult for Ursa to play the game. You remove his overpower, which means that he's not going to be having enough damage, and he's going to be running in, providing vision one more time. We've seen so many Infest bombs in this game because you have both Beastmaster and Night Stalker ready to jump in with the Infest, so in the end, they're going to be stealing the Wisdom Shrine, and Night Stalker, in this one, it turns into daytime. His ulti just ended, but he's still going to be using Nullifier before he dies, making sure that the Ursa is not going to be able to do much, but Yuma, man, I gotta say, he had a perfect game. It doesn't get better than this. We said that he's playing the tournament of his life so far. Dying first time 50 minutes into the game. He was very slippery. Even though he played into a really difficult matchup. You're playing into Beastmaster, you're playing into Night Stalker. These are not the matchup that he likes to play into.
I mean, even Lifestealer with the Ags, we talked about it. Like, you can kite out the Ursa in Rage with the Lifesteal Ags. You infest, and it's not affected by status resistance.
Game 1 division over 40
that it was before. We did see time, I think, or a couple times, like, he was able to do a lot of damage. Right here, for example, like
40 average 42 average လောက်သွား
Whisper. Obviously, Pudge does not do enough damage to kill a Lifestealer, but Ursa's like, okay, don't mind if I do. And this is where I think a lot of people were thinking, like, are they doing it? Are they coming back? But more annoying P-Vision shenanigans, like able to slowly kite everything out and only lose Satanic there. I think this is something that they're very good at, is when they do lose a hero, they will retreat tactically, you know? They, as Astini said, will throw once per game, and so they're very good at making sure that that throw does not end up throwing the entire game.
It happens, they recognize, and they're like, okay, guys, that was the one. Now we just have to go back, reset, wait until Satanic comes up.
We've done this so many times at this point.
Yeah, something else for this game that interested me was the buybacks. Normally people are holding it, right? When we get past that 35, closer to the 40-minute aspect of the game, everyone's very hesitant or reserved winter to just immediately buy back. They kind of want to hold it and they wait until that high ground is being pressured. But for P-Vision, it's like, yeah, the Ursa killed 4 of us. Let's all just buy back, kill him, and end the game.
Yeah, I mean, the buyback part is something that you have to really understand as a team, like how to use it. Having the buyback is not just like, oh, I'm going to say buyback, but you don't really plan how to use it, right? So they showed in a couple of fights how to use buyback. Sometimes it's easy when you're in your base, but sometimes it's also a bit more complicated when somebody has to willingly sacrifice your life to ensure your team has a good opening in the team fight. So those are things that are not easily done in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that Heroic did so well for themselves, P-Vision as well. Breaking it down a little bit further for us is, of course, our Weathermen Purge.
Thanks, Nat. Yeah, I thought 9 Class had really an amazing game, so I wanted to highlight some of the great things they did because he had a little bit of a rough laning stage. This game playing Monkey King, getting back into his normal thing. Now, very importantly, like he's basically trying to waste a lot of his opponent's time. They happen to get lucky and hit him with a rocket flare, and as a result, this is an easy kill on Monkey King if you can catch him before he manages to come off cooldown here. But because he jumps into the trees, they put all this effort in trying to kill him. This is wasting tons of time, and he's doing economic damage. So him surviving and then ultimately having a great fight over here is fantastic for his team. He's not dying, he's getting pressured, and ultimately his cores get farther and farther ahead. And how this changes as the game continues is basically because of the item of the tournament, the Helm of the Dominator. Now, Monkey King classically never buys this, but it's working out for 9 Class here because it fits his playstyle. He's trying to waste his opponent's time. He's trying to push side lanes where it's normally dangerous for somebody to farm. So he's taking care of this, and it's accelerating his team's growth in pretty interesting ways. This is a little bit further forward into the game, but I wanted to show you the kind of vision that Pvision is playing towards. What they're doing is they're basically trying to make a big blockage on the map so that they can control. I should do it a little bit more like this. They basically get to farm all of this by themselves. And that space is going to be smaller than the left side of the map. So that means as the game goes on for 5-10 minutes or so, they're just constantly getting more net worth per minute than their opponents are. And this further gets cascaded because 9 Class is using his trolls in interesting ways. He's sending the skeletons out to spot where his opponents are. That means less of his teammates are getting ganked by pressure from the enemy lineup. And check out what he's doing with these skeletons as well. 19 minutes, 30 seconds in, he's even hiding the Dark Troll there. He's not necessarily pushing with it, and he's sending the skeletons to block camps, similar to what a Broodmother is going to do. So that's further decreasing the GPM that Heroic has. They have less of the map already, and now they're getting even less gold out of it. And this is why Pvision started getting more and more net worth from this point of the game onwards and made their game just much easier to play.
That is just insane to really think about, right? It's always been about utilizing the observers, and now we're wondering Helmdom coming in. That's great for pushing out or stalling waves. That's something that you can delay the game with. But now there's a whole nother aspect to it of supports getting it, prioritizing what sort of creep they want, and now blocking cans with
that's incredible. That is just incredible. I don't think anybody was thinking about that. Using the skeletons to block camps, like, that's one thing, is people can complain about Helmdom, and yes, it's running rampant, it's in every game. This is a high skill item. Like, to use at this level, there's so much that you can do with it.
Yeah, normally you will only be able to do this if you're Naga. If you're playing support Naga, you send illusions in, block camps.
Nature's Prophet as a position 4/5. He can also go and block multiple camps at the same time. But this also allows you to not get enough farm, because you talked about the lane pushing. Now you don't have your own camps. Crystal Maiden, Clockwork Pudge, these type of heroes, they want to be playing very active. They want to be on the other side of the map, and these are not the fastest farmers in the game. So Pvision did a very good job choking them out of the map and not allowing them to get that farm.
Yeah, avoiding fights, making sure there was no map for them. It feels like a lot of things are going right for Pvision, but Heroic, one thing that I do know is on their side is a lot of the fans in the arena, and I believe Tsunami and Arvo are down there trying to check in and see how the fans are doing.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I have sided with the winning team so far because...
Tsunami?
What do you want, Avo?
Look, I know you've already picked a side, but I think I have the larger side. I'm literally surrounded, by Heroic fans. Can I actually just show... 1 second, please. Please. Can you please show to the crowd how much of a fan you are?
This is what we are going to say when Astini loses the second game. If I cry, and then that's it.
But South Americans, if there's something they know how to do, we know how to roar, South America! Let's go!
Avo,
what now?
What is going on here? South America makes it to top 8. You just reappear. And yet I also find that Pvision very excited here. They see the Oracle. Tell me the story behind this.
Astini can do all the predictions. He do the best picks. Wait for us, Cafurtado.
He knew to let the Pudge and the Clockwork through, and he beat it, Avo. What are you going to do about it?
Okay. It's hard to compete against Astinissimo. It's true. He's also Brazilian. He's also part of us, okay? And as
true South Americans, what we do is we claim anyone that plays well. Anyone that does well is from Brazil, is from Peru. And today, I want your whole stadium to roar for South America. Please, a big shout for the greatest Dota tournament. It's the International.
It's an appeal to the crowd, but one that will always be very, very encouraged. Thank you very much, all of South American Dota. No matter what, no one's going home yet. We could see it reunite again in grand finals. But for right now, we're going to go back to the panel as we prepare for game number 2.
Thank you both so much, Tsunami, Arvo, getting everyone on their feet, getting some more cheers out there. I know everyone is just cheering for some good Dota, and that's what felt like it really happened in that game number 1. Very good back and forth, whether you want to look at it on the deepest levels, Jenkins, or if you just want to look at it at a surface level and be like, yeah, Pudge, under tower hook, I like that.
Yeah, 52-minute game. It wasn't like a stomp either way. I think if we're talking, you know, maybe like 5-6 months ago, Pvision is supposed to stop Heroic, but now we have a top 8 international stage game between these two teams, and game 2 could go either way, because I feel like that game, that went pretty badly for Heroic, given that they had their, you know, arguably best strategy, and like, it's felt like almost none of their plays connected. Things...
ဆက်ပြီးတော့ငါစားရစောနေတယ်တွေ့လိုက်တယ် YouTube မှာဆော့ဆော့ကသူဘာချာဟုတ်လားမသိဘူးဆွဲနေတာတွေ့လိုက်တယ်ဘယ်ဝိုင်းလဲဟမ်အေးဒါပါလဲမသိအန်နာရဲ့ top ဆန်ရဲ့ဆက်ပြေ note ရဲ့4ယောက် How about you?
I guess you can upgrade. Okay, just playing my.
Spare.
Alright.
Huh?
Shopping.
What am you?
Stop focusing, Anna. Okay, peace, man. Wait, can I? Old item was not found. What's going on?
Yeah. I'm just playing with my 2 basic spells. I don't care. It's my style.
Yeah, same. Guys.
Huh?
Oh, but it doesn't swap you. Oh, come on, guys. What's going on now?
What's happening? Who's this guy? Oh fuck! I missed it.
Thompson, fuck off, dude. Like seriously, fuck off. Guys, Thompson is almost out, like...
I got blinked, don't worry.
Yo,
oh, you guys swapped that shit.
Oh my god.
No!
Stop!
Shit.
ပြောနေတာ၄កောင်သားသိပြီ
Yeah, baby, give me the money. Now fuck this warlock guy. Who's this warlock guy?
Dude, Anna with the ping, he hasn't hit a single... And this skin? It's like we're playing with our little sister.
Fuck yeah.
We're just playing with little bro, you know? Like he's allowed... Look at...
What?
And with the name too, I'm very feel.
I'm very feel.
And the skin, he's so small. Stop bullying him. Oh, Alden Rusty
Right,
going down.
This is bullying. 2 versus 1. Are you pussies or what? Yeah, Anna, that's my boy. Let's go. Fuck this dog.
What are you talking
Wait, Anna's actually just winning this round, guys.
Takes so low cooldown.
Anna's going melee. Okay, Anna versus Thompson 1v1. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh
shit, you also have link.
Oh, dude, he has ping. I can feel the ping.
Bro, this skill is so ass. It's good, it's good.
You just keep pressing it. Oh! What's that?
Oh shit.
No! Dude!
Oh!
တော်ဆန်းဘယ်ဂိမ်းစောစောဟိုးဆွဲနေ
The place.
စကေးပဲ
What to do actually? Masteries. I don't even know what it does.
ခရိုနိုအုပ်လို့ရတယ်လေခရိုနိုကြီးအုပ်ဘလက်ဟိုးလဲဆွဲလို့ရ
Whoa. But what costs missile that swaps location with its target? But then... Oh, I see. You can miss the swap actually. Here we go, boys.
Whoa. Yo.
But why?
That was insane. That was insane move. I've never seen a move like that before.
Why does it work like that though?
Yo, you're so big.
Oh, me?
She said.
Yeah.
Oh?
Oh shit. No, stop.
Skills this round?
You didn't buy? Oh.
I'll go next.
I think you can still buy if you open shop.
Fine. Fuck. I can't read.
You're in
တော့
trouble?
ဆိုင်တစ်ကောင်နဲ့သူ့ရဲ့ရော်ကြီးကျန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေကသူ့မရော
Some problems? Johan, I can't. You there?
Problems over here, no problem.
တော့ဆန်သွေးမတက်ဘူးရ
Oh, good?
ကျန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေကသူ့ရဲ့တက်
Barrel hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, where's the barrel now? Yeah. Oh? Oh, Johan.
Oh.
Don't go there, it hurts. What?
Oh, what's up?
Yo.
Yo.
This is bullying.
Oh, Dobson? Don't go there, bro.
That got pushed.
Yay.
Fuck!
ဆိုတော့အိုး
Topson's gonna win again. Topson's gonna fucking win again. Can you see it?
How? Anna's actually.
Anna,
Oh.
go Anna.
Oh no, I committed.
ဝါလောအန်နာ
Yay.
အန်နာနိုင်သွားတယ်
For the kill, not worth it. Dude, you got what? 60 gold? No way.
Wait, I got so much gold. What the?
ဟုတ်စပြီစပြီ
Gonna solve a lot of their wave shuffling problem.
သွားပြီသွားပြီ
Core roll, position 4 doesn't kill it as easily, and Parivision,
Monkey
after
Queen.
seeing what 9 class did do in the previous game, they're not going to complicate too
Monkey
much,
Queen.
having that 1-0 lead after game number 1.
ဒီမှာ nature pro ဖက်
Yeah, they on the side of Heroic, they actually value that Night Stalker being much more of an issue than the Monkey King.
Yeah.
And we did offer two different ways to deal with it, either drafting to deal with it, or just kind of ignoring him. There was actually three. The third one was to ban him, right?
Maybe they wanted Puck to go for Puck again this time because they are on the first pick side, so they are probably planning to maybe 18 pick the Puck. So
Yep, they banned DK as well. That also indicates the puck.
So there's a very high likelihood we see Parivision maybe on the 16-17 pick try to snatch the puck away if they think that's a good move for them.
And removing Spectre as well, which means that Nature's Prophet is going to be played as a core most likely. This is not the matchup that he likes to play into. Heroic is the only team so far in the tournament that did play Spectre. Overall, they did win the game, so it seems like they know something about the hero that could potentially be really good, especially in this matchup, having that global presence against NP and try to punish him.
I mean, it's also the fact that whenever you're playing to Nature's Prophet, you kind of want someone to be able to shove the waves away from the team and also join the fights, right? Usually we talk about Dawn, Underlord, those are the type of heroes, and Spectre kind of, even though it's not a very popular hero, but he can kind of do that with the ulti.
Heroic was so quick on their side of this with the bans, Parivision taking more of that time. They see what we saw, right? That puck. They don't want to pick it up for themselves, and they're really going to make sure that Heroic can't have the perfect setup for a puck game.
I mean, this is also really, really good sequence here, so they know
ကဲ
that
duration over ထပ်ထည့်ကြမယ်
and when you remove the puck, Queen of
Duration
Pentacles is
over.
very high value. This puck is a huge counter to Quap in the lane in the game.
I will say though, Nature's
44
problem
ကစဖွင့်တယ်တဲ့
strong hero at laning into Queen of
duration over 45
It does eliminate
1.72
an off-lane quap potential. You know it's most likely going to go mid. I mean, 9 class was experimenting with position 4 Queen of Pain for quite some time in pubs. Maybe he'll do it here. We'll see.
hey
Yeah, this is the hero to catch the Monkey King in the game. You sleep him, you grip him, as long as you have some high ground ward, you see him. This is one of the best setups for killing a Monkey King.
I'm interested to see if they still value like clock pudge. You know, I feel like they've solved some of the issues that we talked about with the Nature's Prophet. They did go to 52 minutes in the game. It was a relatively close game.
Yeah, I would maybe lean towards melee position 4, maybe Marcy, keep that potential flex from the off lane, maybe even Tusk to have ability to save people, because right now you do have Bane with the Nightmare save, that's going to be good, and these heroes that I just mentioned even get more value after seeing the Shadow Fin pick. Even Clockwork that you mentioned comes into a play for sure.
Oh man, what a combo Bane Shadow Fiend is too. You can Nightmare sleepwalk somebody into the SF Requiem and that is going to one-shot pretty much any hero.
I mean, does this indicate the Nature's Prophet might be a support, or is just going to be a Nature's Prophet carry and an SF mid?
I feel like it's analog calling for the SF. It's like his best hero, so I mean, other than Puck, which is out.
Yeah, he's played it twice already in this tournament, so it kind of does make sense that it's leaning that way. I do think maybe just trying not to flex too much could also be a strength for Heroic.
I mean, but at the same time, I feel like if Parivision chooses to go for like some Tusk, Spirit Breaker here, those are heroes that are really good at punishing mid SF, right? So if you get like 1 or 2 kills on him in the laning phase, you could completely ruin his game as the SF mid. I mean, ET is kind of nice against Bane in a team fights. You can cancel the grip from far range. Amps up the co-op damage.
It's also a great hero securing lane for Satanic, no matter what. Like an ET is gonna do well.
Yeah, not to mention the runes though. I think the rune fights are going to be extremely important in this game if the SF is going mid. You want to win the rune fight, so you need suitable supports that are very strong using their body, or they have stuns to secure the rune.
And I like this. They just picked Phoenix on 17.
Nature Prophet carry.
Not showing where Monkey's
Shadow
gonna go,
Beam
so having the flex open between potentially 4 or 5 with Phoenix and
You better Shadow Beam
also
ကို
Ian
နိုင်မှာ
is the one who did play offlane Phoenix. We saw 33 played as
ပြင်
well.
Phoenix offlane main game full ဟုတ်တယ်
Carry lane
ပစ်ကြီးက2စီးမဲ့ပစ်ကြီး
Yeah.
If your SF is carry right now, you're gonna be feeling the hit, right?
Yeah.
SF carry ဆိုရင်တော့3စီးပဲ
Can die to that.
3စီးတစ်ခါတည်းနောက်တစ်ဝဲသာပါကြိုရှုံးလို့ရပြီ SF carry ဆို
DM kind of gets left alone in that lane, right? We're probably going to see 9 class on a Monkey King again. Is it going to be okay for DM on this Phoenix? How much?
I mean, the thing with that is you don't really need much help later. As long as you get through your weakest phase, which is I would say the first couple of levels, especially level 1.
Yeah.
As long as Monkey King is there, he helps you secure your couple of levels, you get the Lotus. I think Phoenix wants solo levels. You want to get to your level 6 as quickly as you can. And I think Monkey King could actually just allow you to do that, and he just runs around and ganks, especially the SF mid.
I think you're pretty tempted to pick Snapfire here, right? Into the Phoenix, kill the egg. I think it would also do pretty well in lane against like Elder Titan position 5.
At this pick, you want to use the 18 on support. Maybe the next pick, but it's probably not going to be there anymore after you pick the Mars.
So then what is the Mars adding for value for the Heroic draft that is slightly better than that Snap?
They need team fight, plus they need someone to buy pipe, I think, against this Phoenix core, potential Phoenix core.
Right. I mean, Mars destroys Monkey King in the game. Like, you drop the arena, and it kills all of the trees around the arena, as well as in the arena.
Yeah, and you don't have the old facet, those 4 seconds that you could stay out of the Wukong's command, so one spear could push you out, means that your Wukong's
Arena.
done immediately.
And you also kind of have a combo, right, with SF. You
Hero ကသူတို့မီးဖို့သူတို့ပြန်ဘန်းနေရတယ်ဟုတ်သားပဲဟိုကောင်ကလည်းဆော့တတ်တယ်စိတ်တန်းတွေကလည်းမီးဖို့ဆော့တတ်တယ်ဆိုတော့သူကသူတို့ပြန်ဘန်းနေရတဲ့အနေထားပဲ
Arena into Snap ulti. I'd be very shocked if Pvision lets it through.
There's a lot of things that they're going to have to think about for themselves, because it's the same issue. You don't want a tunnel vision that they are looking for a support. We have said that it is most likely going to be a Nature's Prophet that is in that core role, but you don't want to oversight of a support Nature's Prophet either.
No. Yeah, you never want to like lock something in. I mean, especially hero like Nature's. It literally was played as a support just like 2 weeks ago.
That was you.
ဒီပုံစံတိုင်းဆိုမြောက်က carry ဖြစ်သွားနိုင်သေးရပဲ
It is still a good support.
ကဲလို့မားစီအဲ့လိုကြီးမြင်လိုက်ရတဲ့အချိန်မှာ
and being able to
position 4 ကို
very easily, it's like a
သကောင်လောက်ထပ်ပစ်ပြီးတော့မဟီကင်း carry လို့လည်းရတယ်
But when you look towards the picks winter, do you think there's
အား
more
လို့
impact
အာစာ
coming from
အာစာပြန်သုံး
core hero for Heroic, or more impact in that Snapfire that is still
Probably the Snapfire. I think the Snapfire just saw.
တင်ကားတဲ့တင်ကားလည်း
And it also kind of gives you more damage.
မိုက်တယ်နော်
So it's
ဒီဘက်မှာ mobility တကောင်မှမပါဘူးဟိုလိုမျိုးတင်ကားနောက်တောက်ချောက်လိုက်ဖမ်းမဲ့ကောင်
The silencer. I mean,
တင်ကားလည်းကျန်းတာအဲတာဝါဘယ်သူချိုးမှာတော့ဒီကောင်လေးတင်ကားခါတိုင်းဆိုရင် beast of flame တို့ဘာလို့လဲဆိုရင်ဒါတာဝါချိုးလို့ရသေးတယ်
Yeah, both the bands are kind of to protect.
ဟိုက Phoenix ကွင်းပိန်တာဝါချိုးမဲ့ကောင်တော့မပါဘူးတင်ကားနဲ့ Again or
But I
nine?
still think Snapfire is like more important than those 3 heroes. I think I'll be okay if I'm heroic. If I'm taking that trade, I'm fine.
The only thing is like it's a question of does Schofield want to play it? I mean, he does play it in general. Like this is one of the heroes that he came onto the scene playing. he's been enjoying mostly melee heroes in this patch.
If they feel like they need a better 5 with Shadowfiend, they could run Bane as a position 4.
Yeah, true.
Because there's a flexibility. You can still play NP from the mid lane. This is doable.
Disruptor? You want Disruptor? Huh? You want Disruptor? If you want to pick a 5?
I'm still leaning maybe towards melee position 5s if they want to run it, with the Bane position 4, and then you have Shadowfiend from the mid lane, NP with either Tusk or Marcy, even Clockwork that Jenkins mentioned.
Yeah, that will actually make sure that the lane is a lot more stable for the Nature's Prophet or the SF.
Well, with not a lot of time left, Terrorblade's the last ban for themselves, and it feels like they still haven't solved exactly what they want last pick.
Duration over. And I'm so DTI တလျှောက် duration over ပဲဆော့မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Snap is just, it's the most obvious.
အာဆာဒါပါပဲအာဆာပါပဲနေကော
support
အာဆာဒီဘက်ကပစ်သွားတာဟိုဘက်ကပစ်တာမဟုတ်ဘူး wait what
It's very hard to
အဲ့လို Nature Prophet
So what's the idea?
စပိုတာဖြစ်သွားပြီ
Mirror the Monkey King moving around the map.
And you kill the egg. Like it's
Nature Prophet ကို carry ကနေစပိုတာရွှေ့လိုက်တယ် okay ပါ
the best core in the game at killing egg.
အဲ့ဆိုတော့ Monkey King carry မကောင်းတော့ဘူး Monkey King carry မကောင်းအခြားတစ်ကောင်သုံးမရအောင်အာဆာကို
I mean
ဖြုတ်မဲ့ကောင်
this is King Jungle's best hero. So I think it's a matter of, like Yuma said, I played an amazing Ursa last game.
လေးဝဲလုံးတစ်ခါလဲဆော့မှာလားတစ်ခါလဲဆော့မှာ
The entire game.
လေးဝဲလုံး
Feeling strong on it. It's a really good Ursa game.
You have faith in him, like you haven't lost that at all.
Yeah,
ဟိုအထိနေကမှာပွဲအထိ
I think they've solved a lot of the issues that were in the previous draft. You know,
Templar မဆိုးဘူး Templar ဆိုရင်တော့
what Winter said definitely was like not being able to push out the lanes.
Oh, this is going to give them a lot
The
of
main carry မနိုင်ဘူး
explosive damage that's going to be coming out.
Templar ဆိုရင်ရွှေချောင်းဟာ
damage from Queen of Pain from your Phoenix.
ဖပ်ပြေးနေလို့ရသေးတယ်ဒါက reflection ပါညာနဲ့
damage, and then you have Templar Assassin with the ET aura on top of that. So the heroes are going to be dying very quickly.
ကေးဥပါချတာတယ်ကေးဥပါလည်းမိုက်တယ်အင်ဝမ်တော့ကလည်း over သွားတာအဲ့ hero တွေပွဲတွေက over တာများတယ် hero တွေပွဲတွေက
kind of getting a good advantage out of their side lanes, and then you have a corp to run around and snowball the lead even further, you know. So this game
ကဲ try ကြည့်လိုက်အောင်မယ်ကွာထပ်ပြီး try ကြည့်ကြတာပေါ့ one more time မရတော့လေအပြင်ရပဲကြည့်
5 seconds remaining. Pick your hero.
Pick your hero.
Shadow Fiend.
Oh မကြိုက်မယ် PVO ဆိုင်ကယ်လေးထည့်ထားတယ်စပိန်လေးလောက်တော့ဖြစ်အောင်ဆိုင်ကယ်လေးထည့်ထားတယ်တစ်စီးဟလားနောက်နေ့နှစ်စီးဖြစ်ပြီစပိန်နှစ်စီးဖြစ်သွားတယ်လို့ပါ NGH ဝဲ no မတက်လာဘူး bro နောက်ပိုင်းပွဲတွေမပြဖြစ်ပါဘူးနောက်ပိုင်းပွဲတွေအေးရတယ်ဟာမထွက်သေးဘူးအခုတက်တီတော့အင်္ဂဲကြည့်လို့ရပြီတဲ့ဒီပွဲ
Prepare for battle.
It feels good to be this good.
Nine let me some bula. That game one, game one, long wow, can sabi near the ဒီနားလေးမှာရှောက်သွားဝက်တွေထောင်းကာရီယာတွေလာမရအောင်လို့သူ့မျက်စိရှိမှမြင်နဲ့ပြေးပြီးတော့ရိုက်ကာရီယာတွေအမှတောင်းလျှောက်နောက်သူ့ဒီဘက်အဲ့မှာတက်လို့မရပဲနဲ့3ယောက်လောက်ကအချိန်ကြီးကုန်ပြီးဒီနားလေးတွေထိလိုက်အဲ့လိုတွေဖြစ်တာဂိမ်း1တော့ဒီပွဲမှာဘိန်းပါတော့ဟိုကတော့ဖြစ်တယ်အချိန်ကုန်တော့တက်တာသွားပြီဘိန်းမိမမိကျန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေဆင်းလာကြမလို့တော့ဘူးကွာသိလားအဲ့လိုတော့ဖြစ်တော့ဖြစ်သွားပြီဘိန်းအိတ်တာမိသွားတော့မှပေါ်တယ်လေးတစ်ကောင်ဆင်းပေါင်းတက်အဲ့လိုလုံးလို့တော့ရသွားပြီချိန်ကုန်တော့တက်တာသွားပြီဒီတစ်ခေါက် hero ကပြီးရင် nature prophet ကလည်း supporter ဆိုတော့အချိန်မျိုးဒါပြုတ်ကျလာနိုင်တယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီခေါက် main game ကိုတိတ်ပြီးတော့အာယုံဖိုက်ဆရာမလိုတော့တော့ဘူးထင်တယ်
Тихонечко себя ведем.
Quên bên tàu mà lấy à Tiếp tí đi thiệt rồi
Dire's courier has been killed.
Get back. Nature's prophet, your presence foretells our victory. Level 1 နဲ့ဆင်းနဲ့ထိန်းနေပြီလိန်ဖြတ်တော့မှာလိန်ဖြတ်တဲ့စတိုင်ဦးလည်းနာရတော့တယ်တော့တနိုင်ရှစ်ကောင်နိုင်တော့တာအာစာနဲ့ဒီလေကင်းရှင်ဘယ်သူနိုင်တော့လဲတဲ့Parivision မဲနိုင်မှာ bro အာစာအနေနဲ့ခွေးယူဖြစ်တယ်ဟိုကောင်ကခွေးယူမဖြစ်ဘူးဟာဘလင်းလို့ခုံဝင်သွားတယ် what
Oh, Radiant's courier is dead.
Nature prophet ကြာလာပြီအေးNo one တော့လုံရဲဟိုမှာမန်နာမရှိဘူးဆိုတာသိတာလဲပါတော့ပါတယ်ကွာအနေအများသလားလို့အဲ့လိုဘလင်းဒီနားကနေဒီနားကြီးခုံသွား Nature prophet ဆင်းလာရင်ချက်ချင်းဆင်းလာရင်သေလောက်တယ်ဒီတကယ်ဝိုင်းပစ်တာနဲ့ကြွားသွား
No.
Oh my money. ဒီဝဲအာစာကောင်းကောင်းတော့ဖန်ဝင်ရပါမလားပဲဂိမ်း1တော့ကတော့ Fury ဓာတ်ကဘာညာစောသေးတယ်အခုဒီမှာလိမ့်ပါတွေကဒစ်နေပြီနော်ပြီးနေ off lane နဲ့ဟိုမှာမန်ကြီးအေးသေလောက်တယ်အဲ့ကောင် what oh 9 glass မထီဝါဘူးထီဝါရင်တော့ sure
fortified.
level 1 3 ဆင့်3ဆင့်အဲ့လိုကွင်းပိန်းနေ level 1အဆုံးနဲ့ထိန်တကယ်ယွန်ဖို့အရန်ကောင်းတယ်ခရီနာကတ်လို့မရတော့စိတ်ဆင်းရဲစရာထိုင်ထဲဟို9 glass ပြန်ခုတ်တယ်ယူမရှောဝိုင်းဒီကောင်မှာထက်ရှောရင်ရှောနိုင်တယ်အဲ့ဒါ fire spirit တစ်ခေါက်ကျန်သေးတယ်ဟိုမကျန်တော့ဘူးကွာ fire spirit ကုန်သွားပြီ
Dyer's courier. He's dead.
This is mayhem awaits.
ကာရီယာကြီးလိုက်တာအသက်ပါသွားဝက်အနောက်မှာထောင်ပြီးကာရီယာတက်တဲ့အကွက်လှုပ်တာ तू ကပြန်ပြီးတော့အခက်တာမူဗလတီချင်းကမတူဘူးလေမင်းကင်းလိုမျိုး तू ကပြန်ထွက်ပြေးလို့ရရလဲမဟုတ်အသက်ပါသွားတော့မတန်ဘူးဟာကာရီယာတကောင်နဲ့အသက်နဲ့လဲဟိုမှာသူကောင် dominating ဖြစ်နေပြီနေကြီးကရင်းရောက်လာပဲတေလာဘူးထင်တာပဲ
Your green dudes, something bad is happening. In your bottom.
တေးဦးပြန်အောင်ရှော့ကွင်းပိန်းရောက်လာပြီဟိုမှာဟောကွင်းပိန်းကပေါ်တယ်ပြန်ဖြတ်လိုက်တယ် Okayပေါ်မှာစီတန်းနေရလဲလုံးဝ free 19ကောင်52ကောင်တူးသေးပါပြီကြည့်ရတာတော့
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Facebook တော့99ဖြစ်နေပြီအောက်ကအာဆာ9မိနစ်မှာဖနက်ရဲ့ဘရာဇာရဲ့ဟိုဟိုဒီနေမကောင်းနိုင်ကလပ်ဖတ်ဆိုင်တဲ့ဒိုမနီတာကြီးလားတဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်လေဒိုမနီတာခစ်ပါဆိုခိုးလို့ရသွားတယ်စကိုဖီက wow nice sleep walk ကဟမ်သွားရှုပ်လို့မရအောင်လို့ sleep walk ဒီလိုနေထားရင်မှာ1-1ဆိုရင်ဟိုကောင်ကပလိန်ဒီ rain ထဲကနေထွက်သွား
Is about to get knocked over.
sleep walk အာဆာကို carry ပစ်လိုက်လို့တကယ်ဆို nature prophet သူတို့ carry ပဲထပ်ထားလိုက်ရမှာဆိုတာတကောင်ဟို panel တွေပြောတဲ့ပုံစံအရဆိုရင်ဒါ mask နဲ့တွဲမဲ့ Sunfire လိုမျိုး supporter ကိုထည့်ပြီးတော့ nature prophet ပဲ carry လုပ်လိုက်ရင်လိန်ကအဲ့လောက်မနေ
Something bad is happening.
nature prophet ဆိုအဝေးကနေ creep ပစ်စားလို့ရတယ်ကွာအများကြီးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်အာဆာကြောင့်အဲ့လိုမဟုတ်ဘူးယူမ nature prophet ကောင်းသလားလို့ဟိုအရင်တည်းက
Your green dudes, something bad is happening. In your bottom. Your green dudes, something bad is happening. In your bottom. Dyer's top tower is under attack.
မင်းကမြန်နေနော် move speed 380ဒီကောင်ဖနက်မပါပဲဘိန်းနောက်လိုက်နေတယ်ဟိုကောင်ဝင်းလေးကျဖနက်ရဲ့ move speed 380နဲ့ဒိုးနေတာအဲ့ဒါကိုဒီကောင်ဖနက်မပါပဲလိုက်နေတယ်နောက်နေရလားခရီးတွေအများကြီးခေါ်ရတာရောစကူဖီကနည်းနည်းတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးနှစ်အုပ်စာ
Worthy tribute.
လိုက်နေတော့ဘာတွေတော့
Bad dudes, middle tower, everyone, go now.
ကိုပြီးစိတ်မရှိတော့ဘူးတဲ့ဒီကောင်
Yo, green dudes, something
မို
bad.
င်းကင်းလုတ်တဲ့အကွက်မိုင်းကင်းကိုပြန်လုတ်တယ်မင်းတို့ငါ့ကိုလိုက်သက်ကွာတဲ့ငါအတန်းရှင်းရှာမယ်ကွာတဲ့ငါတို့ကကြီးပဲမင်းတို့လိုက်နေရတာအဆင်မပြေဘူးငါ့ကိုလည်းတစ်ခါတလေလိုက်အောင်တဲ့အဲ့ဒီကွက်ကြီး Okay အဲ့မှာအတန်းရှင်းနေအရန်ပေးလိုက်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာဖိနေကြီးကတကောင်တည်းဖြစ်ပြီးတော့အဖုတ်ခံလိုက်ရနော်ဒါကိုကွက်နဲ့ကိုပြန်ခံရတာပဲ Parivision တန်းရှင်းတော်တော်ပေးလိုက်ရတယ်အဲ့ဘင်းကိုကိုဖီရဲ့ next level play ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်နောက်3K နေတာတော့နေတော့မယ်ပေါ့နော်အမှတော့လုံးလို့မရသေးဘူး Hero K လည်းဒါ4កောင်လောက်ပြတ်တယ်ဒီဘက်မှာမြင်နေရပြီTony Wave ရှိတယ်နော်မင်းဝင်တက်ပြီဟာဘနိုင်နဲ့ဘနိုင်ပါ
Tower is under attack. We're detecting high levels of sarcasity, Captain. Yo, good guys. Middle tower got owned. What you gonna do? Get mad or get even?
ဒီလိုပုံစံကြီးက36လောက်ဆိုအံ့ပါတယ်မတက်နိုင်ဘူးလေပွဲမစားခင်တည်းက over ထည့်တာဆိုတော့မတက်နိုင်ဘူးဒူ Nature Prophet နဲ့သူတို့ရက်လို့ရပါသေးတယ် PV က game 1ဆော့သွားတဲ့ပုံစံအရဒီကောင်တွေကအမားလုံးမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးကွာအဲ့တော့ပြန်ဆုပ်နေပွဲလေးကကြာသွားမလားပေါ့ကြာသွားမလား
Top tower is under attack. Yo, green dudes. Something bad is happening. In your bottom.
တော့ကြည်နေနေ over သွားလိမ့်မယ်စိတ်မပူနဲ့
Good dudes
Hello,
bottom just fell off.
ဒီမှာ Dominator တွေနဲ့ဒီဘက်မှာ Dominator မပါဘူးရ Dominator မပိုင်အန်ဒါမလားမသိဘူးကိုနေ့ရလိုမျိုး Dominator လည်းမထည့်လိုက်ရောပွဲကချက်ချင်းအန်ဒါသွားတယ်အဲ့ crit တွေနဲ့ဒီလိုနေရာမျိုးကနေသွားပြီးဖြတ်နေလို့မရတော့မားစက Dominator ဆက်တင်တယ်လို့ဒါမှမဟုတ်လဲ Nature Prophet Dominator ဆက်ရှုပ်တယ်ဘယ်မှာ Dominator တကောင်ပါတယ် why
Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Ding dong. Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
Yeah, don't tell me, huh? We may yell la bi, ai ma Yuma, they sit on down there. That no arcane ruin it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lai wu, lai chen lai lu ya. ဒီကောင်လေးအရန်မလို့ဘူးလား PV ကောင်လေးပြန်ဆုပ်တယ် AC ပဲတာနေအောင်တာနေသလိုလေးထိန်းတယ်တော့အဲ့လိုအပြက်ရိုက်တယ်ကောင်ဟောမာသာဘလို့တော့အိုင်နာမှာတကောင်လေးဖြစ်နေတာဒီနိုင်မှာတကောင်လေးသူ့လူတွေဘယ်သူမှမရှိဘူးမလုပ်နေရဝစ်စပါ
Something bad is happening in your bottom.
နောက်ပြီနော် DVK ရောစုမေး
are fortified.
Why?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
ဒီတစ်ခေါက်တော့ဗတ်ဖုံးနိုင်မယ်ထင်နေတယ်ကို
Green dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
How so? Invisibility.
Nice.
That's all dragon less 14 minutes ပဲအေးပါကွာစိတ်တန်းနဲ့အဲ့လောက်လွတ်သွားရင်တော့ကိုဘွားကိုတွေးလိုက်တော့လောက်ပါအောင်စိတ်တန်းတွေကိုသွားပြီးတော့မကန့်ကျင်ကြဘူးလားလေဘော်တင်တာလည်းရနေပြီเนาะလေဘော်တင်ပြီးတော့စပီယာကွန်ဘိုအညာဟိုကောင်ဓာကာရွာထွက်နေသေးတာမဟုတ်ဘူးtravel ပါtravel ပါတယ်ဗျာအချက်တွေကိုရှိုးပိုး3កောင်လုံး
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
ဒီဘက်ထည့်ရပါလားနေကမာနိုင်အောင်နေကမာတပွဲနိုင်ထဲ့မှာထည့်ထားမှာနေကမာတပွဲနိုင်ရသီမိတ်ပြီးထည့်ထားမှာသူကသူဖြစ်ချင်တာဖြစ် 1.7 လားမသိဘူးသူကတယောက်ပြောတာဘာမကြည့်ရသေးဘူးစီးရီးယားဘဘွန်းနိုင်ဖို့များတယ်2-1နဲ့
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, one each up. Okay. What do I have there? Oh, what do I have there? More. ဒီမှာစိတ်တန်းလေးတော့ကန့်အောင်လာပိတ်တာဒီကန့်အောင်လည်းပိတ်ထားတယ်nice အဲ့လိုမျိုးပိတ်ထားတော့မှဟိုကောင်းရဲ့ item တွေကိုလည်းရှိုးအောင်18မိနစ်မှာ3ကွက်ဖြစ်နေပြီဒါက Tetsu Dragon Lance စောစောစီးစီးမပိတ်ခဲလို့များလားပေါ့ နေကမာတူးစီးသွားတဲ့ဆိုင်ကားစရာကားကြောင်းစီးရ
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
ဖြစ်နိုင်ဘူးဆိုတော့မရှိပါဘူး
Dire's bottom tower is
အကူက BB9 ပဲသာထင်တာပါ BB မထည့်ပါဘူး
to defend here.
နေကမာတပွဲနိုင်တော့မှတကယ်ကစဉ်းစားတော့
Bottom tower is under attack.
လို့ဘာလို့ကမှမသိ
Oh man, this is totally harshing my mellow.
ထင်ပဲထင်တာမထည့်ရဲဘူးလို့ပါလို့အော်လည်းမကြိုက်တာပါတယ် 1.4 ဒီကမှာတပွဲနိုင် 1.7 ထည့်လို့ပျော်သေးတယ်အဲ့လိုဖြစ်ဒွိဟာဖြစ်ထဲကိုကြိုက်တာထဲကိုကြိုက်ပြတာရော့တခါလေရန်ခုံစားလုံနေလို့မြင်ကတ်လို့ပါဘယ်မှာဓကာ whisper combo 3တော့မယ်နော်ဓကာနဲ့ arena ဘာညာတင်စူးခွဲရတယ်ဆိုတော့တေးပါတယ်တွင်းပိန်းက
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
လူချန်ယူသွားတော့ပြီမနဲ့ရောက်သွားလို့အဲ့တော့ဘာလဲပေါ့သွေးတဝက်အကုန်ထပြေးသွားမနဲ့ပိုင်းရောက်သွားပြီရိုရှန်ကသွေးတဝက်နဲ့အောက်လန်းကိုပြေးဆင်းသွားပြီပေါ့နော်ဟောက်တလွဲတော်မန်တာတော့ယူလို့ရပါတယ်ဒီမှာချာ prophet တော့ဝက်နဲ့ဒီမှာတော်မန်တာယူတဲ့နေရာကိုတော့ဗီရှင်လေးတော့လာပေးထားတယ်နော်ဒီမှာလဲ3កောင်စမုတ်သွားပြီခက်တာသူတို့စမုတ်တာရန်သူဘတ်ချမ်းကြီးတော်မန်တာဘတ်ချမ်းလည်းမဟုတ်ဘူးတော်မန်တာတစ်កောင်နဲ့ယူရသွားပြီဟိုကโอเคကွင်းပိန်လေဘော်တင်သွားပြီအပီယာကြိုက်လိုက်တာဆိုတဲ့အနေသားမှာရှော့သွားတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟော LD နှစ်ကွက်တော့ပေးလိုက်ရတန်ပါတယ်ကွင်းပိန်ကိုတတ်ဖို့က LD နှစ်ကွက်သူကရီနာပါ3ရှုပ်လို့ယူမသွေးတော့ပဲကြံတဲ့ရိုရှန်ကိုယူဖို့ကြိုးစားတယ်ဒီမှာစူပါနိုဗာပဲဖောက်ဟဲ့ဟိုဘက် panic နေပြီစူပါနိုဗာကြီးဖောက်ထားတယ်လုံးမလဲ4ယောက်5ယောက်အရီနာကြံသေးတယ်လုံးရဲဦးကွာဒီကောင်လေပူစီသွားပြီပြန်ဆုတ်သွားပြီ
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fit for a queen.
Bad Dude's top tower gonna fall over soon. Dire structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
မိသွားပြီဝိဇပါအဲ့လိုကြီးလဲလွတ်တာပဲလားအေးလွတ်မှာပေါ့ဒီဘက်မှာတကယ်ကြည့်မဲ့သူ Boundless Strike တစ်ခုပဲရှိတာနော်အတန်ရုပ်တရက်ဒီကောင်ကြီးကလည်းနည်းနည်းအီလေးဆွဲတယ်အတွင်းကထုတ်နေရသေးတယ်ဒီကောင်ဒါကြီးကစတန်လို့တော့သတ်မှတ်လို့မရဘူးတခုဆိုပေါ်တယ်တွေထောက်ပြန်ကုန်မှာကွာအခုမှကြည့်မိရဲ့လီဘော်ဒင်နာတို့အေးတိုးဆိုထည့်ရင်လည်းထည့်လိုက်တော့ဟောနေတယ်split က push လို့ရနေတော့မယ် nature prophet split push အပေါ်မှာ creep လေးတွေတွန်းတာ first agent မှာအဲ့လို second tower အကုန်မကုန်သွားဘူးဆိုရင်ဒါ duration over သမားတွေနည်းနည်းပျော်လို့ရပြီအာဆာကလည်းသူ့ကလည်းသူ item တွေတော့ထွက်လာတယ်နောက်တော့ဒုတိယနေရာပေါ့နော်ဒုတိယနေရာ BKB Fury
Invisibility.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Can we pause, please? I'm terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought.
I like mine Spitfire.
ဒီဘာကန်နဲ့အိုးရောင်ကြီးနားလိုက်တာ Deadless နဲ့ဟိုကရောင်ကြီးအဲ့တော့ပါလားမနောက်နဲ့တော့တိုင်းတို့ over ထားတယ်လို့ဦးကြောင့်ကဒီဘက်အကောင်တွေ split push တွေလောက်ပါအောင်လို့ split လေးပါလေး push ထားအောက်မှာလည်းတကယ်ဆိုတော့ push ထားတယ်
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
ပြန်တက်တာကင်းချန်ကဲ
Are fortified.
လာမရှုပ်စေခြင်းဟုတ်လားပြန်တက်ပလိုက်
Tower is under attack. Why is this so bloody?
နိုင်ကလကိုပြောတာကြားသွားပြီလေဘော်တင်နာဖြတ်ထည့်ထားတယ်ပေါ်တယ်ဖြတ်ဖို့
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Bounty.
ဒီတန်းတွေက BKB for week တဲ့အဲ့ဆိုးခွဲခံရတော့မယ်အဲ့ကောင်ပညာပေးမှရတော့မယ်စပီးယားဆိုင်ဆိုးခွဲအေးဘာမှလည်းဆိုးခွဲတဲ့ကောင်ဆိုးခွဲတဲ့ကောင်အောက်ဟာအာစာကြီးကအဲ့လိုပြောက်သွားတယ်အေးအောင်ဆိုးခွဲတဲ့ကောင်မပါပဲနဲ့တားလေးတို့ကဘာလုပ်တာလဲလို့ဆိုးခွဲတဲ့ကောင်အောက်မှာလေဟာအားလေးတို့ကြည့်ရတာအားနေနေသလိုပဲဒိဗယ်တွေရောရှိရလားလူမစုံမဲလို့ထွက်ချတာဒိဗယ်တွေရောရှိရအေးချင်းတဲ့ကောင်လောက်တာပါတဲ့သိုးခွဲရရှိရင်အဲ့လောက်ရေမကြီးဘူးဘာလို့နောက်ကကယ်မဲ့ကောင်တွေသိုးခွဲတဲ့ဒဏ်နဲ့အကုန်တွင်းထွက်သွားမှာအဲ့ချိန်ကျရင်တီကိုပြန်ထွက်လာရင်ရိုက်လို့ရသေးတယ်ထပ်ပြီးတော့နောက်တစ်ခေါက်ရောင်းဒါကြီးကတိတာတကွင်းလုံးကိုဒါဗတ်တဲ့ area တစ်ခုလုံးကို control ထားလို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဆိုးခွဲတာကြီးကဟောဗျာတချင်းဆိုနောက် 17k တွေပါဖြစ်ကုန်ပြီ
Yo, green dudes, something bad is
အကွာကြီးနော်ဂိမ်း1တော့ဆော့သွားတယ်အကွက်နဲ့ဂိမ်း2ဆော့နေတာကြီးကဟီရိုတွေကအကွာကြီးဟာဘာတွေဖြစ်သွား
Radiant's bottom tower.
လက်ထင်ထိသွားတာဂိမ်း1ရှုံးသွားတော့မထွက်နိုင်တော့ကိုလည်းမျက်လုံးမိတ်ပြီးတော့ over ထည့်ရောပွဲအခြေအနေကိုလည်းကြည့်ရောနောက်ဟိုကောင်တွေကအဲ့ဒါအောင်မှဆောက်တယ်လဲလောက်တာပိုဆိုးဒါမျိုးသေးတာကိစ္စမရှိဘူးသေးကောင်းတယ်အမှ attention တောင်းနော်ဒါမျိုးဒီနေရာမှာဘိန်းတစ်ကောင်သေးသွားတာကောင်းတယ်အလဲမှာပြန်တွန်းအောက်ကဟာတွေဒါတွေပြန်တွန်းမက်ကိုအဲ့လိုမျိုးပဲကစားရမှာပဲကျွန်တော်သိပါတယ်လောက်တတ်ပါတယ်ဘယ်ဆိုလို့ဟိုတကယ်ချမယ်ဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာရှယ်လုံးဖီးမပါပဲချတာလာလေးလောက်ပဲအဲ့ဒါလေးကလည်းတော်တော်ကြီးကြီးသွားတယ်အဲ့ဒါလေးကလည်းတော်တော်ကြီးကြီးသွားတာတဲ့
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Hey, forget about it.
အောက်လန်တွန်းဒီမှာခရီးတွေဒါမျိုးအကွက်တွေထုတ်သုံးရတော့မယ်ဒါမျိုးတွေဟုတ်တယ်ဗျာဒါမျိုးတွေလောက်ရမယ်နော်သူများတွေတောင်ဒေါမနီတာနဲ့အဲ့အကွက်တွေလုံနေပြူရင်ပါတယ်မလုံစရာအကြောင်းမရှိဘူးအကောင်းဆုံးဂိမ်းဆွဲခြင်းပဲချိန်ဆွဲခြင်းပဲအောင်းဆုံးအချိန်ဆွဲခြင်းအမှုပညာပြီးရင်ဂျားတွေကနေအာဆာမားဆိုပါတော့အဲ့လိုကတိုးလေးလွတ်နေတဲ့နှကောင်လောက်ကိုလိုက်ချိတ်ဒီခေါက်လို့ရှယ်လုံးဖီးမှာခေါ်လာတော့အဲ့ဒါဆိုဘတ်တယ်ဖြစ်သွားမှာနော်ရှယ်လုံးဖီးမှာလာရင် pick off မဟုတ်တော့ဘူးဒါဘတ်တယ်ဖြစ်သွားပြီဘတ်တယ်ကိုလိုက်ရှာနေရတဲ့တူသွားပြီဒါကြီးကအဲမှာတမ်ပလာကိုက်ဟာရကန်ကောင်းတယ်ကွာစီတန်းတွေကတကယ်ဘိန်းလာတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့ဒီကောင်အလဲခရီကိုရှင်းပြီးတော့အောက်ကိုသွားတဲ့အချိန်တွေကလုံးဝကွက်တိဟျောင်းကြီးဘလို့မှကိုက်ခွင့်မရလိုက်ဘူးဒီမှာတာဝါတစ်ချက်စာကိုချိုးလို့မရလိုက်ဘူးဘာလို့ချိုးလိုက်ရင်သူတို့ရှိမှန်သိသွားမှာဆိုလို့အဲ့တော့နောက်ဆုံးတော့မထူးတော့ဘူးဆိုပြီးပြေးတော့ချိုးလိုက်ပြီ
Dire's middle tower
Okay.
has fallen.
Worthy tribute.
တဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့မိနစ်30တော့ရောက်လာဘာကတလန်းမှမပေးရသေးဘူး Okay
Middle tower, everyone, go now.
ဒါမှတစ်ခုများဖြစ်သွားမလားအိမ်ဝမ်းတော့လည်းအဲ့လို Nawo 20k လောက်ကိုသူတို့ဘယ်နေရာမှာလုတ်သွားတာလဲဆိုတော့ဘချာနဲ့အာဆာနဲ့ဒီနားလေးမှာ live stealer item အပြည့်ကိုတတ်လိုက်တာအဲ့မှာ Nawo ကပြန်ပြီးတော့ဟိုဘယ်လောက်လဲ 20k ကနေပြီးတော့ 11k လား 10k လားမသိဘူးအဲ့လောက်ထိကိုပြန်ဆွင်းသွားပြီးတော့ပွဲချိန်ကြာသွားတာပေါ့နော်ပို့ပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုး match လေးတစ်ခွက်လောက်ဒီပွဲမှာလုံးပြနိုင်မလားမားစနဲ့အာဆာနဲ့အတွဲလေးလုံးပြမလား44တော့အန်နာမှာပါနော်ဟာအန်နာရဲ့လူရှိရလားဦးလာလာမားသာရှောသွားပြီဖန်တီးရှင်မှာရှောနေတယ်ဖန်တီးရှင်ဘယ်မှာလဲဘိန်းကြိုက်တာကြိုက်ခွင့်မရဘူးပေါ့ဒီချာ profile ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့အကောင်လေးကိုဒီကိုလွတ်မလို့ဘူးကွာဒီကောင်လာဖမ်းနေတာခိုးကြောင်ခိုးอ่ะတော့စပေးရှုပ်ဖို့လာတာမဟုတ်ဘူးစပေးရှင်းဖို့လာတာဖြစ်နေပြီအခွင့်အရေးတက်သွားပြီဒီမှာအခွင့်အရေးရှိဘူးအော် level 6အားသလိုပြေးဟာအမ map ပွင့်အောင်လို့ level 6ကိုခြံထားတယ်ကြည့်နှိမ့်နေပါတယ်ဆိုမှဖြစ်စစ်လေးပါလေအာဒီကိုခြံထားတယ်ကွာပြေးလို့အိုက်စစ်ကိုဒီကောင်ကိုင်းတာကိုရီးယား over ထည့်တာတော့မရမကလိုက်ကြည့်နေရ over မဲ့လမ်းကြောင်းတွေကိုလိုက်ပြီးတော့ရှာနေရတယ်ဒီကောင်စစ်မပြစ်ဘူးကြီးမတ်တွန်းဖို့ရအောင်ဒါတွေတွန်းမယ်လေဒါတွေတွန်းကြမယ်လေမားဆောက်ထွက်တွန်းလိုက် BKB ရသွားပြီမား okay အာဆာကအပိုင်ဆယ်ဆိုတော့ကွင်းပိန်းကိုအဲ့လိုနည်းနည်းအိုးရုံသွားစားတာကင်းကြံခဲ့အေးဒီမှာကြိုက်သွားပြီသိုးခွဲတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဗျာမကောင်းတော့ဘူးစပိတ်မရှိတော့ဘူးပြန်လစ်လိုက်တော့ဘင်းကိုထားခဲ့လိုက်အဲ့မဲ့ arena ရှိသေးတယ်ချကျင်ရသေးတယ်နော် arena ရှိသေးတယ်အာဆာ BKB ကျန်တယ်လောက်တက်ပါတယ်တွေ့လားဒီကောင်းလေးအဲ့လိုလောက်တက်ရသားနဲ့ second Roshan ချမှာလားသူခွဲတာမရှိဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ arena နဲ့ BKB အာဆာနဲ့ဆိုတော့နည်းနည်းပညာတော့ဝင်ပေးလို့ရတယ်အဓိက queen base မရှိဘူးဒီမှာဒူကား list ကိုအရင်မိထားလိုက်ပြီ nature prophet ဟုတ်ပြီဒီမှာသွေးတော်ကိုင်းနေပြီနော်အဲ့လိုကြည်ပေးလိုက်ပါအောင်တယောက်လောက်ဘူးမှမရှိဘူးလားအဲ့တော့အာဆာချောရတယ်ဟာအာဆာကြီးအောင်လို့သေးွာဒီဆေးပဲမပါပါဘူးဒီဘက်ကအဲ့ဒါကိုအာဆာဘလို့သေးွာSupply push.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Double damage.
ဟုတ်တယ်အကောင်လေးထုတ်မှန်တယ်ဒါလေးတွေကတ်တောင်းရမယ်ဟောဒီကောင်က34မိနစ်ရွန်လာကတ်တာကွာအော်ရွန်လာကတ်တာခရီးခေါ်ဒီမှာမတ်တကြီးရဲ့နေရပေါင်နေရဟာအဲ့လိုဒီကောင်အလုံးမလုံးဘူးဒီကောင်စစ်လဲမပစ်ဘူးအလုံးမလုံးဘူးတွေ့လားအဲ့ကောင် split push တဲ့ကောင်အလုံးတကယ်မလုံးတာ
Yo green dudes something bad is happening in your radiant structures are fortified
the field of war and mortify myself upon it.
PV ကအမားမခံဘူးပြန်ဆုတ်သွားပြီဒါပဲလေတွေ့လား PV ကအမားမခံဘူး agent နဲ့9ယောက်9ယောက်မတက်ဘူးဘိုင်ဘတ်တစ်ဖောင်လုံးလိုက်ပြီဆိုတာနဲ့သူတို့ပြန်ဆုတ်တယ်ဒါ game 1တော့အတိုင်းလေးပဲ repeat အဲ့တော့ဒီဘက်မှာ no ဘလင်းခုံဝင်လာတယ်စိုးခွဲလိုက်ပြီဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာ Queen Pain အသက်ပြောက်နှစ်ကောင်လုံးချစ်ချင်း BKB TP ွားတယ် Shadow Pin က BKB ကြီးွားတယ်လုံးတော့မလို့လားလို့ BKB TP ွားတယ်ဗျာအကိစ္စမရှိဘူး Queen Pain မရှိဘူးဆိုတော့မတက်ရဲတော့ဘူး900တော့မတက်ရဲတာဒီကောင်တွေခုလဲတက်ရဲမှာမဟုတ်ဘူး But do the famine and splitting game ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်35 မိနစ် road to 45 minute ပါဒီလူများရေးတင်ပါတယ်ဒီကောင်ဒီတက်ပို့ပြီးအလုံးလုံးရင် AC ပဲနော်အားမရတာဒီကောင်ပဲ KJ လုံနေပြီကောင်လေးထုတ်ပြီးဒါဒီနားလေးမှာထား
Dire's courier has been killed.
ကာရီတန်းစီပြီးတက်အဲ့စစ်မသေးခင်လေးပြစ်သွားပါအောင်တာကြီး level 6လေးပြစ်အဲ့လိုပြစ်ကောင်းတယ်ဒါဘာပြော level 6ထွက်သွားတော့ပြီတယ်မရှင်းသွားဘူးဘာဖြစ်သွားလဲခွေဘာလို့မရှင်းတာ what the fuck ရော level 6က TOT ရလားအားလုံးပြားကြောင်းကြီးနဲ့တိုးပြီဟာဟိုဘက်က
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Worthy tribute.
ငါကတကယ်တော့မဖြစ်သွားသေးဘူး rain ကကိစ္စမရှိဘူးပေးလိုက်လို့ရ
Bumrack's gonna give it to you. Not anymore.
လေးဘောတင်လေကိုလေးဘောတင်လိုက်တာမဟုတ်ကွာဝစ်စပါ
Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
ဒီတန်းနဲ့ရှော်သွားပြီ arena စပီယာကိုကြည့်မယ်မစ္စတာဝစ်စပါစပီယာကြီးအချော်ကြီး
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Bottom rack's gone. Turns out
အဲ့
Radiant.
တိုင်းတလန်းမရှိသေးတယ်တိုင်းတလန်းမရှိသေးတယ်လေးဘောတင်လို့အော်သေးပြန်ပြီအဲ့ကောင်
Radiant's middle tower is under
ပြီး
attack.
ပါပြီဝစ်စပါ17နဲ့ကွာ
Radiant structures.
ဖန်တီးချင်ရမဖန်တီးနိုင်ဘူးပြည့်တယ်ပြီးတော့ assist ကလည်းနှစ်ကောင်းနဲ့ဖန်တီးချင်ဝစ်စပါလေး
Radiant's
ပါပြီ
middle tower.
38မိနစ်
Radiant's
အဲ့မီ
middle
ဟိုဘက်တမ်ပလာနဲ့ဆိုတော့လေ
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Okay, that really is GG. Good guys' middle racks is in pieces. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
GGB ဟုတ်တယ် GGB
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
now 41k
The Dire now have mega creeps.
hero ကို 5% ပေးထားသေးတယ် AI က why bro why 5% really
Dire's courier is dead. Invisibility. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
5%တော့မရှိဘူးလားလို့
Yo, good guys. Middle tower got
လိုချနေလည်းမသိဘူး
Get mad or get even. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
ကမ်ဘလာပြစ်နေပြီကမ်ဘလာပြစ်ခွဲနေပြီဟိုမှာအဲ့ရိန်နဲ့ဟုတ်ပြီဘာပြောရလဲအားမ refresher on နဲ့ခွဲတော့ခွဲပါပဲဒါပေမဲ့မရပါဘူးဗျာ39မိနစ်မှာပဲပြောတော့38မိနစ်ကြီးပါလို့ဟိုဒီခေါင်းလေးအပေါ်လန်းအဲ့တစ်ခေါက်မှားသွားတာမှာပွဲကအရန်ပြည့်မလားဟိုကဖြစ်သွားပေါက်ထွက်သွားပွဲကဟိုလိုက်ဖာလို့မရတော့အဲ့ဒါမဖြစ်ရင်ကသူကလည်းသူနော်ပေါ်လန်းအဲ့ညမှာသွားဖြစ်လိုက်တာတော်တော်ဆိုးသွားတာဒီနာလောက်ထင်တယ်22လားအဲ့လောက်မှသူတို့ခွာဆိုဒီလိုဖြစ်သွား ဒီမှာဒီလိုအနေထားမှာအာဆာဒုတိယနောက်ဝဖြစ်နေပြီကွာအဲ့ချိန်မှာသူတို့ AJ စေတန်းတွေကိုအပေါ်မှာလူမစုံမဲနဲ့သွားလှုပ်တယ်အဲ့မှာ quad ဆိုဒီလိုဖြစ်သွားတယ်အဲ့အနေစပြီးယူပေါက်ကတော့အာဆာပြန်တက်လာသေးရနော်မရပါဘူးကြီးပါဂျလီပါလို့တော့နောက်တစ်ပွဲကတော့ Falcon TT ပေါ့နော်ဒီမှာ A-string နဲ့ PV နဲ့တွေ့မယ်ဦးစီးတွေကြီးပဲဟုတ်ပါအဲ့တော့TV နဲ့ Falcon နဲ့နော်အဲ့ပွဲကြရင်ပြန်တက်ခဲ့မယ်အားလုံးပဲတော့စေတော့နားပါပြီဗျမင်းနေပါလေဆွဲတာ
ကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝင်များကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One Expert မှာထိပ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 ဟီးရိုများအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Hunter Lander အကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှု Mossy အကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုချိုးလို့တာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစု One Expert